Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and check everything's working. I think we're all good. Let me just check on my mic. Yep, it is going there. So we are ready to go ahead and begin with some FennecMod Dev. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me just go and close down any unnecessary tabs and stuffs because unfortunately I am suffering from what we like to call too many tab syndrome. So there we go. Let's just go ahead and kind of move some stuff over here as well. Because yeah, I've got to kind of get my my desktop sorted out and doing all that good stuff. But yeah, here we go. So let's go ahead and begin, guys, with a little bit more dev. And I haven't done a lot in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and I guess tell you guys what I've kind of been doing in the background. So essentially what I've been doing right now is kind of finishing off the oil processing modeler that we got started on a few weeks ago. Pretty much all the multi-block structures in that are done now, which is awesome. So I'm pretty much in a spot where I've been done with that modeler now. However, there was a couple of things I did add, which was the ability for certain blocks to display recipes that are like automatic ones. So you might remember like there was some blocks that could like do things automatically. They now actually display recipes now, which is really cool. So in this stream, guys, we're going to probably go ahead and try to do a bit of balancing on some of the modelers that are out there because we have some things that are a little bit of a problem. King says, what are we playing in Fennec today? Well, hello King Flame, welcome to the stream. I also see Kyle was here as well, so guys, thank you very much for popping in. Give us as a hashtag early crew. So yeah, today we're probably going to be just not really adding too much yet. We're probably going to just be like fixing up a few things and going from there, and then seeing if there's any new things we can add. We can go from there as well. But yeah, we've got a lot to do. So what I was doing at first was we were looking through. I've had with the oil and processing mod. There's a lot of stuff that requires plastic sheets now, and I was trying to go ahead and see if we could make that a little bit easier to find. So what I've done is a lot of these things here, as I've actually set it so that you can take apart a lot of things and have plastic sheets on them. So for example, things like cars, school buses, kitchen appliances, freezers, like plexiglass and stuff like that, will all have plastic sheets and things when you disassemble them instead of scrap plastics, which means that you'll be able to get them a little bit easier now. And there's a couple of other things I wanted to add as well for the wood processing modeler, which we'll go ahead and probably do in this episode as well. But yeah, currently what I'm doing at this point is I'm kind of going through the blocks file here and seeing which of these items would probably suit having plastics on it. So for example, a classic doghouse, not so much, but the pet cage, that's definitely made of plastic, so we could probably have some plastic sheets coming off of that. So pretty much I'm just trying to add like some items in here and see what we got here. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what else there is. So a stationary bike and a treadmill, which probably won't have too much. A weight bar, probably won't have anything either. Bench press, bedroll, definitely not. Okay, so let's see what other items and blocks that you can have in the world may potentially have plastics on them. So mattresses, definitely not. Same with the bunk beds, probably won't find any real plastic stuff on those. Let's see what else we got. So you got mattresses, bunk beds, what is this? A gurney bed. Maybe the gurney bed might do. Let's see what it drops in normally. It's got metal pipe, scrap polymers. So yeah, the gurney bed will actually have some. So let's go ahead and add the plastic. We'll add the plastic using components to this one because it would make sense. Well, technically, there should be some mechanical parts on these as well, I would have thought. But in this model, we'll just kind of concern ourselves with the plastics. So you can see it already does drop resource scrap polymers, which is really nice, and it drops between 2 and 4 of those. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this to salvage harvest, and then we're going to change it to plastic sheet, and then we'll change probably between 2 and 4, and we'll take it down to 1 and 2. So let's go ahead and do that. So the block we want to get is this one. So let's go ahead and add it to here. So let's add it down here. So we're going to do this one. We're going to do set attribute, and let's get started. And hello, Cantonia, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? So we're going to do set attribute, and then the X path is you want to find the block who is called this, and then we want to find the drop event, and we want the drop which has a name of resource scrap polymers. So let's go ahead and grab resource scrap polymers. There we go. And what we want to do is we want to change the attribute we want to change first is the tag. And the tag we want to call this is now salvage harvest. So you'll only get this when you use a wrench on it, for example. So yeah, you'll only get plastics when you use a wrench. Well, do we want to add that, or do we want to change? No, I think I want to change it. So there's the first one. Actually, we want to say and make sure that it has the tag we want, just in case other modlets add it as well. So we want to do and tag equals all harvest. There we go, and then we're going to change the name of the tag to salvage harvest. So the next thing we want to do is pretty much do the same thing here, but now we want to change the item name. So we're going to go ahead and, again, find the block who's the gurney bed. We want the drop who's the scrap polymers, but this time we want to find the tag whose name is salvage harvest, because we've now changed the tag over. So then we want to target this thing again, and then this time, instead of changing the name of the tag, we want to change the name of the item, and the name of the item is now going to become a resource plastic sheet. And then what we want to do finally is we want to adjust the count. So this time we're going to copy this again, but this time we want to say that we want to find the block whose name is the gurney bed, but this time we want to look at the drop whose name is now resource plastic sheet, because we've already changed the name beforehand. So let's look at that one, and that should be enough now because we've already changed the tag over. And then we want to change the count. So currently it drops between 2 and 4, but because we're finding whole sheets, we want it to now drop between 1 and 2. So let's go ahead and change these over. Cantia says, I wonder how much work you will have to repeat for FennecMod A20. Does it bother you that your work's so hard in A19 when it's months away from being replaced by a better alpha? Not really, because a lot of this will be reusable. So essentially, like a lot of the features, because it's in modlet form, what these do is they don't actually alter the base XML directly. So what happens is when you load the game, the base XML files load first, and then this is like a set of instructions to say make changes to the base XML file. So essentially, whatever XML comes next, a lot of these instructions will still work, and then I just had to update those instructions that don't work anymore. So instead of me having to be like, oh, I've got to add all these new icons, all these new Unity assets, all these new blocks, all these new things, I can just be like, okay, I just have to change this over to this, and I have to change this. You know, I know one thing I will have to do is change loot lists, because apparently in A20, loot lists, instead of having a number ID, will now have a name instead. So I might have to like rechange all the loot lists and things like that to be properly, and things like that. So blocks are also changing as well, so the names of blocks may change, and I just have to change the names over, right? And that's pretty much it. Once I've done that, these things will then continue to work afterwards. So it's a lot less work to update rather than create. Right now we're kind of like creating, but updating is going to be a lot less, which is going to be really good. So there you go. So we've got to go and, we've gone ahead and done the gurney bed here, and then what we're going to do, we're going to say insert after XPath, and then we want to find again the block whose name is the gurney bed. Gurney bed, and we want to find the last drop event, so we're just going to find the last one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add another drop event. We're going to go drop event equals harvest, and then name equals resource plastic components. And I've actually got to find, there's actually one count is going to be between 1 and 3. No, actually, let's just have count between 1. And then probability is going to be 1. And then tag is going to be salvage harvest. There you go. So just go and do that one. Okay. And let's go and find resource plastic sheet. So plastic sheet FM, because one of them doesn't have an FM on the end of it, and I need to find which one does not. Okay, it's in my XPath here. Resource plastic sheet. Okay, so we've got to change that one there to FM. Otherwise, that's going to be a problem. So we definitely don't want that. There we go. So King Flame says, Meta Combat in 7 days still needs work, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm hoping they make it better. Should be more customizable to suit the desires of the individual. Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm doing with modlets. So, for example, Fennec, instead of coming in one big mod, now comes in lots of little modlets that you can turn on or off at will for pretty much like top level. I like this feature, so I want it. And I don't like this feature, so I don't want that. So, for example, if people don't want to have to build, big refineries and stuff to process oil, like you kind of would usually have to do, you can turn off this particular modlet. If people don't want to, process wood and have to, treat wood for it to be usable in certain applications, they can turn it off. If people don't like that zombies see further away or that there's more of them, they can turn it off. So a lot of these, a lot of the way I've designed Fennec is to just be kind of just like play it as to what suits you kind of thing, because then people can make it as easy or as complex as they like. I wish there were more mods like the Canada mod, with the shops recognizable to whatever city and country you're in from or are interested in. No, that would be cool. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't keep the Strayer mod updated for Alpha 17 and beyond, because I remember there was that one, there was the Canada mod. I think Great White North is the closest to the Canada mod now, but yeah, there was yeah, Welcome to Canada was pretty cool. But yeah, I think War of the Walkers still has like the Canadian food stores and stuff like that. They have quite a few things up there as well. But yeah, it would be nice if there was a couple of things that that did come from like other countries. I guess the Asia mod is kind of one of them, but not too sure. But yeah, it would be funny if you had an England mod, but you'd need to pretty much redo the world to make everything just like really densely packed together. You need a lot of POIs that are like English style to do that kind of thing. So yeah, because the US, like from what I found, at least in US towns, buildings are a lot more spread out than in where I'm from in the UK, where everything's kind of like packed together. So yeah, it would be pretty cool if they had like different countries. I would like that. Ah, coffee is good. Coffee is life. Coffee will keep me going and running code. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if there's any other blocks. So yeah, I'm pretty much trying to add as many places as possible to get plastic components, because when Fade and Herlot were playing earlier, that extends gurney bed, so we don't need to worry about that one. Oh, hang on. It does have some more stuff: metal pipes, scrap polymers, tag all harvest. Okay, so what we want to do now is the hospital bed. We want to remove the scrap polymers from this one, because it's kind of taking out the it's kind of inheriting the thing from gurney bed. So I'm not sure. I think they're actually inheriting double here. I wish there was a weapons only mod. Yeah, that would be cool. I do plan to add that at some point. So body bags would probably just give you scrap. So what I might need to do is remove the drop events from these, or maybe, well, the hospital bed just remove the scrap polymers, because that already inherits from the previous one. And the Cantadia says, raiding a Harrods. That would be something. All right, let me go ahead and grab this one. So what I want to do is find hospital bed. Okay, so this is going to be a remove XPath here. So we're going to go remove XPath, and then we want to find the block whose name is hospital bed. And then we want to find the drop whose name equals resource scrap polymers. And that's pretty much all we want to do. So yeah, this will just go ahead and remove the scrap polymer drop from the other bed, because pretty much what's happening at this point is it'll be counting it twice, so you get plastic sheets and scrap polymers. But I just want you to get the plastic sheets, which would make probably a lot more sense, honestly. So there's the body bags. We don't need to worry about those. Mortician's drawers probably won't have any. Yeah, just give you scrap iron, doesn't it? That probably won't have anything special in it. Furnace drawers probably wouldn't have any of them in there. Green drawers. Filing cabinets would have mechanical parts in it. Probably not plastic sheets or anything though. Let's see what we can do here. So there's yeah, so many guns, maybe that aren't in game. Technically, the auto shotgun isn't full auto. There exists a full auto shotgun. Yeah, that's the thing. You still have to mod it to become full auto, don't you? Which is kind of crappy, but there you go. But yeah, you need to use the trigger group to make it happen. Okay, so these are lockers. They probably won't have like plastics in them. Coffin will just have nails that inherits from. Okay, that was one thing I wanted to add, was wood nails coming from the coffin, right? So that's probably something I need to do. Resource bone, resource raw diamond. Yeah, so that doesn't extend anything. So let me go ahead and adjust this real quick in the wood processing modelet, because or in the harder constructions model, I believe, because yeah, the coffins should drop nails, so that's one thing it should have in it. Because how's the how you expect them coffins to stay together? So belt-fed grenade launcher would be epic. No, that would be cool. That would definitely be cool. Okay, hang on. Let me go into DMT here. Let me open my mods folder. But yeah, I'll show. You'll see what I mean here, right? So this is pretty much all of the mods that are in here. So you got the base and the core, which are required to run everything. But then you got the new attributes mods are here. So resourcefulness is a new attribute. If people don't like it, they can turn it off. You've got dynamic zombie combat mods. So for example, in this one, you've got like dynamic damage, dynamic health, dynamic walk types. You got alternative recipes for some stuff. The processing modlets are pretty much like, okay, we take scrap materials, make them a little bit less useful, and you have to process them into craftable things first. So lots of these things are something are pretty much in here. There's like tool tiers, wood processing. There's like boss zombies, burn zombies. There's a lot of stuff in here. So yeah, for example, if people don't want like one different meat type for each animal, they can turn it off. If people don't like the diet system, they can turn it off. So there's a lot of cool stuff in there. A minigun will be cool to have in 7 days. I think Unforgiven's added a minigun in his mod, so that's something he's already got in there. In Enter at Your Own Risk, he does have a minigun. But yeah, we got the toilets and turds, we got the slow metabolism, we got a lot of stuff here. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, awesome processing is probably the other big modlet that I'm kind of working on bit by bit, which kind of is the crux of the craftage in this modlet. Working AFVs with turrets, that'd be cool as well. Definitely be a cool thing. But yeah, lots of these are like quality of life improvements. So like build on small objects means like the small rocks and stuff on the ground and the plants don't get in your way when you build. Improved electronics lets you make better versions of the electric stations that consume less power or give out more power. Inventory manager is not currently in. That's something I've got to work on at some point. But no broken bone deaths is like, if you jump when you have a broken leg, it doesn't kill you. It just lowers your health to a certain point. Realistic armor resistances makes armor actually usable and better, makes heavy armor actually good. But yeah, you got things like better javelin master, which means you can auto pull spears from your backpack. So you don't have to like keep 10 on your hotbar. You can like have them in your bag and just pull them automatically for you. But yeah, lots of things like that. Integrated tool of weapon perks is a nice one, so you don't have to perk into running gun, sexual tyrannosaurus, or any of that stuff anymore. It's just you have like, oh, I want to get better with clubs. Okay, purchase Formal P. You now get sexual tyrannosaurus with clubs. You get to swing faster with clubs, and they do more damage. So it kind of puts them into the one thing. Yeah, tanks. Tanks vehicle is a vehicle. I need to like lean into learning on vehicles and stuff like that because I haven't done much of that yet. But yeah, we've got like the Master Builder, which lets you upgrade blocks in like up to a 5x5x5 area, which is really nice. So there's some cool skills there. More arrows and bolt types and things, which is also nice as well. Then you've got the increased zombie sites and sensors and spawns and all that good stuff. So you can do that as well. But yeah, you got redo of the looting one. Workstation removals will probably be removed and replaced with something better, because that's something that I was having a look into and was like, probably something better I could do with that. So yeah, that's something I'm gonna probably take out. And then prefabs, zombie arena prefabs, things like that is gonna be coming a little bit later on. But yeah, that's pretty much, these are all the models that I have, and then this last one here pretty much ties all those mods together and makes them play nicely with each other. So the first two models and the last ones are all required. But yeah, the XML hooks means I can do more than just what the basic vanilla things have in there. So for example, I can do like remove tags from attribute, I can do set attribute partial, things like that. I can do a lot of other cool things. Anyway, let's get on with this. So enough of my blabbering. Let me go ahead and go into the wood processing mod, because I wanted to make it so that coffins drop nails as well. Because that was one thing that doesn't drop nails that really should. And I was like, that's something that I kind of sort out. King Flame says, well, I need to go to the store. Later, Fox. All right, King Flame, have a good time at the store, dude. And hopefully we'll see you soon. Zombie hives, queen or boss sense. Yeah, we could do that. That comes under, that'll be like POIs and stuff like that. And then we can have specific bosses for certain areas. DN Spy, I don't need you yet, actually, that's fine. Okay, so let's go into... Okay, let's come to here, go into wood processing here, which is right here. Hi, Fady Fade! No, Fady Fade! Oh, okay. Alright, so let's go into config, and let's go into blocks. And wait, it's not wood processing, that's the complete wrong modlet. The wood processing modlet does not cover the nail drop. It's actually it's under the harder constructions mod. So that will be in this one, FennecMod harder constructions. There we go. Harder recipes. No, it's under industrial, isn't it? This one, Harder construction. Let's go into this one. Says, doesn't FennecMod have an irradiated drink recipes to further entice the player to sink points into MasterChef? Yes, it does. It has. Under additional foods, there is a lot of foods in there. I'll show you that in a minute. Hang on. Let me just reel this off real quick, and I'll give you a look. So reinforced wood blocks, iron reinforced ones. Where's the stuff that covers the nails? Here we go. General upgrade parameters for iron reinforced. Iron reinforced wood to upgrade to cobblestone. Remove the ability for cobblestone blocks to upgrade to concrete. Bricks do that instead. Pallets now drop this. Okay, wood frames and weak wooden objects now drop nails when destroyed. So we just have to say portion name as material. And value is M furniture. Okay, so then we can just go or name equals contain a coffin. There we go. And you get 1 and 2 nails between those. There we go. So there we go. We can add pretty much that covers like all these items, which will add like lots of drops. But yeah, I'll show you the foods that have been added. So just so you can have a quick look into these, because yeah, MasterChef unlocks a lot of new things. So yeah, in the foods, additional foods is where it is here, and I'll just show you the icons, because you'll see just how many foods have been added. So you got things like milk, you got soy milk, of course, you got loads of different drinks and stuff here. Yorkshire tea, of course, because we had to add that. You got things like sandwiches, breakfasts, hot versions of all the canned food. You got bread, butter, cakes, boiled mushrooms and stuff. Sandwiches, burgers. Casseroles, stews, jack and potato if you're in that way, soups, pasta shams, pea and ham soup, what we get, pear bread, so you can get you can get cornbread, you can also get pear bread, which is pretty cool. Popcorn, you've even got like snake soup and like sloppy joes and summer fruit salads and all that stuff. And the fruits do have a variety of buffs. Yes, they do. They have many different ones. You got like meatloaf, you got yogurts and stuff. You got vegetable soups, pizzas, maple bacon cupcakes. You got like flour sausages and different types of fish. You got fish and chips. You got all kinds of things in here. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff. You got lasagna in there. You got salmon as well. So yeah, quite a few different foods have been added in this, and this took me a long time. This took me a very friggin' long time to do all this, but yeah, this is probably the biggest model in Fennec. Is the foods one? That's probably the biggest one. Exotic fruit trees. You got apple and pear trees for now. I do plan to add more in the future. But for now, just sticking with the apple and pear. You can get prickly pear from cacti though, instead of yucca fruit. So you kind of need to farm yucca now if you want to do that. You can also farm prickly pear as well. They just grow like you kind of grow your own cactus, which is pretty cool. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff there. In the foods one, there's tons of foods. And then if you do want the extra meats and stuff, there is this one that kind of covers it separately. So under here. UI atlases. Let me show you this one. You've pretty much got like the chicken. You've got white meat, red meat, and stuff like that as well. These pretty much have icons next to them as well, so you can kind of tell what they are. So yeah, you don't see them from the icon atlas, but once you're in game, it has the icons too. There's even if you add the animals model as well, which includes foxes. There's even fox meat, so you can use that. You can use that for a variety of things too. But yeah, lots of different foods have been added into here as well. You even got a load of cooking stations, a diet management system as well. So yeah, lots of things in there that have been added. All right, so let me see where I was at. So we have blocks. That's for... Okay, this is the plastics one, so we'll keep this one up for now. Right, so any other things that I want to add plastic sheets to? So the coffins is for the nails. Let me see. Bathtub empty, probably not. The foot bathtub, the pill case, cash registers. What do you get out of the cash register? That extends entity metal master, so that's fine. Cash register conveyor, gives you polymers there. I don't think this is in the game yet, so we won't bother with that one. Cash register, shopping carts, don't give you plastics. Actually, technically, a shopping cart does sometimes have like plastic components on it, like the wheels, etc. So maybe that. Shopping carts. Let me see. So maybe the shopping cart. Shopping basket, I think, is probably one we want to look into. So collide, destroy, resource scrap polymers. That just gives you scrap plastics, however you view it, so that's fine. Toolboxes, rolling toolboxes. Let's see what other ones there are. So utility carts. That just gives you mechanical parts 9, which is fine. Utility cart full. Utility cart random. So yeah, the janitor cart gives you a couple of things here. So store shelving is just iron, so don't need to worry about those. So moving along, don't need to worry about any of the store shelving. Let's see, we can do display case. What does that drop? Display case empty left. Extends. Okay, that's for glass, so don't need to worry about those. So nothing from there. Display case, move along from here. Gun racks, again, it's just going to be metal from those. Store shelves, electronics, so none of these really matter. Clothing racks, again, are metal as well, so don't need to worry about those. Mannequins, get out of that. Deco, extends. Okay, Entity Polymer Master. Well, you probably only get scraps out of that anyway, honestly. Yeah, 4 and 8, so that's fine. Mannequins here. Store shelves. Yeah, mannequins. You won't really get like sheets or components out of that, so you'd only be able to, scrap the plastics off those. So makes sense to me there. Bookcases is wood, so don't need to worry about those. Same with the bookshelves. What have we got? More bookshelves. There's lots of different bookshelves here. Singles, doubles. Luckily no triples or quadruples, because that'd be kind of crazy. Book piles will be paper, so don't need to worry about those. Vending machines. Nope, nothing there. Nothing there. Mailboxes. Mainly made of metal, aren't they, I think? Let me see what it extends off in the game. That is... Drop name is destroy. Scrap iron. Yep. And, okay, so mailboxes is just scrap iron. So don't need to worry about those. Backpacks is cloth. Sports bags, same as all those. Yeah, all those are cloths. So don't need to worry about those. We might be... Well, actually, the luggage pile, potentially. Luggage, big open. So what does this one drop? That drops scrap polymers. That would have components you could use. Maybe not plastic sheets, but this would have components. So let's go and grab these ones. So suitcase, medium open. Okay, so it's this one we want to go for. So grab this one. Because the other ones kind of extend off of this, I think. Yeah, so the medium open one goes first, and then we can go from there. Okay, let's try this. So with this guy, we can just go, again, we're going to go insert after, XPath equals, and then find the block. So find one block whose name is this, and then we can go for slash and find the last drop event. So just need to do that. And then what we want to insert here is going to be drop name or drop event equals harvest, name equals resource plastic components, and then count is going to be 1 if I have the quotes in the right place, and then probability is going to be about half, 0.6, let's say 0.6, and then tag equals salvage harvest. There we go. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so salvage harvest, so using a wrench on these things will give you plastic components every now and then. Let me see, what else have we got here? So those are the suitcases, luggage pile. So these are birds' nests, driftwood, more driftwood, firewood stacks, cow skulls, ropes, cinder blocks, rocks, so none of those will give you plastics, so you don't need to worry about them. Anything else? So those are all the ores, hanging moss, stalactite. Anything else here? Ember piles. Those would not give you plastics. Air conditioner, maybe. Do you get polymers out of those? Nope, so they're made of metal then, so that's fine. Don't need to worry about them then. Satellite dishes gives you some polymers here, so potentially we can go from there. So let me see. So Droppman is this mounted fluorescent lamp. Let's see. Salvage harvest. So that gives you scrap polymers. Well, I don't think you'd really get any sheets or anything out of those, honestly. So yeah, we'll probably leave those ones. So gravestones won't give us anything. Munitions boxes, nope. Hoist chains is metals, so don't need to worry about those. The hand truck, that's made of metal, isn't it? Yeah. Pallet weight. Okay, so this is all good. This gets adjusted by other modlets, so don't worry about them. And this is all the workstations. I think that's pretty much all of the things we need to add the plastics to. Collapsed cement mixer, I've already added to those. And after this, I think I've pretty much dealt with all of the stuff here. Yeah, car wrecks I've dealt with. Cars I've already dealt with. Crash cars, just scraps there. You wouldn't get any useful thing out of those. Army trucks. Yeah, all the workstations I've kind of dealt with. Random helpers and sleepers. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so after that point, that's pretty much everything. So all that stuff now has additional plastic components that you can get with wrenches, which is great. So we'll keep that as is. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to make the leather processing modeler a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and have a look at that one. So next we're going to go to here. Hang on, there's a folder that I don't need opened right here. So that's common. Yeah, that's the 7 days data config. As you know, we do kind of want that open. What's the other one that I've got open here? That is config dump. Okay, that's from my save game, so we can close that. Okay, let's have a look here. So now we've got that one done. Let's go into leather processing because there's some recipes that I want to adjust here. So if we go into recipes, it's quite an evil recipe right now. So the tanning rack requires wood nails, sewing kits, and forged iron. Yeah, you need 6 sewing kits for the tanning rack, which is kind of a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to just plant fibers, and we'll go from there. Then forged iron, I'm going to change out as well, because really you could make you wouldn't need forged iron for a tanning rack, and this needs to be an early workstation. So we're going to change this to we're gonna make this recipe a little bit easier because getting the tanning rack early is quite difficult. So we're gonna change this to plant fibers. So it's called yucca fibers in the game, and we'll probably double that to let's put that to 10, because you can use that for like cordage and things like that. And then instead of forged iron, we'll just have scrap iron, but we'll make it a little bit higher here. Wood nails. You wouldn't even need scrap iron, would you? Okay, well maybe let's make it require. Let's make it require, say, 1, maybe 2 sewing kits. Let's make it require 1 sewing kit for kind of like tying things together. So we'll just say it requires 1. There we go. And then that'll make this recipe a little bit easier to get, because essentially you should be able to get this very near the beginning of the game. So that's kind of a thing. So cured animal hide here. Yeah, coal. There's 2 ways to make it. You can do animal hide with coal and water, and that's under the chem station or the campfire with the beaker. Okay, so yeah, you got workbench crafting. Now the other thing is I wanted to change this as well to resource yucca fibers as well. So change this to plant fibers, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll upgrade that to 2. So essentially you'll be able to go ahead and use fiber cordage to patch leather kind of thing in the base version of the game. Now the other thing I want to do now is if you have more than just this installed. Actually, let's go. Maybe we want cotton instead. Hang on, let me look in the items here to see what it's called, and go from there. Maybe we'll have it to do with cotton, because that's kind of like a string. Or maybe we'll do it. Let's do it with cloth, because that kind of imitates string without being a sewing kit. So Let's just do that and then have this as 1. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to change this over in a little bit to something else if there are 2 other mods installed. So we'll keep this as cloth, so that'll make it easier then. So cured animal hide. We should probably do this as a cooking pot here. Tool cooking pot. And do we really need the chem station one? We don't really need that, do we? We could probably do it more in a cooking pot. Would make sense. Tool cooking pot, because that's just a little bit too difficult. So let's remove this, because yeah, I'm kind of like turning down some of the recipes a little bit. We can always leave this in here as well. So that should just require 1 in this one, and then we can go from there. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do this because that will make it a little bit easier then. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to say that if the leather processing mod is installed and if we have the cloth one installed, instead of requiring cloth here, it's going to require cotton string. So that's one thing we can do here. So let's go ahead and look in here to see how we can do that. So what I've got is at the very end, I have my compat mod here. So let's go into config and go into recipes with this one. So essentially now we can look, so this pretty much says, okay, is this first mod installed and is this next one installed? If so, do all this other stuff. So let's look for leather processing. So that's wood processing and leather processing. That's wood. That's wood and cloth. Wood and so I need leather. I need the leather and cloth if we have them together. Let's see if I have these together. So that is leather and wood, and that one is leather and meds. This one is leather and foods. So let me see if I got this already. This one is leather and wood. Okay, so we need to add this one. So we need to add a new one. And hey, Legion, welcome to the stream, dude. How are you doing? All right, so let's go and grab this. So we got, yes, we need to add the leather and cloth together then. So let's go and find where leather and wood were. That one is leather and meds. This one is leather and foods. So this one is leather and wood. So let's add leather and cloth here together. And let's do this. So we're going to say, let's copy this little bit here. Well, copy this whole lot and we can just change the name over. So these is going to cover, so FennecMod crafting, wood processing, or leather processing I should say, plus, and then FennecModlet, and FennecModlet, crafting, cloth processing. So doing these together, this is going to makes the leather recipe on the workbench require a cotton string instead of just cloth fragment. There we go. So let's go and add this as well. So we can go and just paste this down here. And we need to change, so this is leather processing, and then we need to change this to crafting cloth processing. And then we're going to say recipe name equals tanning rack. And then we're going to say ingredient name equals resource cloth. And we want to change this to, and then on here we want to change resource leather. Okay, so we want to find the recipe whose name is leather, who's crafted on the workbench. So recipe whose name is resource leather, find the ingredient whose name is cloth, and then we're going to turn that into cotton string. So resource cotton string FM. There you go. So we're going to change this over. So now if both these modlets are installed, it will say, okay, well, both the modlets are installed, cotton string exists, so you should probably use cotton string to make your to make the thingy work, which is fine. So that looks good. We've got that all sorted now. So that should make the leather processing a little bit easier. Cured animal hide is, yeah, animal hide, coal, boiled water. We're going to up the cost a little bit here though, because the recipe is a lot easier now. So Let's go and up this to 4 coal each, and on the chem station it is 2. There we go. And then because I've made this easier, the other thing I'm going to do is on the tanning rack. So if we go into blocks here, if we go to the tanning rack, we'll come down. Wait, wrong path. Let's close that one. It is not this one. It is a different one. So come back out here. Come back here. Right, so we're going to go into leather processing once again. So crafting, leather processing, and we're going to go to config and blocks. There is a auto crafting block here that will turn. So essentially this is my version of auto crafting. So it's got a certain amount of time, and it takes, you can see that it will take an input of animal hide, and it'll give you an output of leather, right? But I want to remove this first one because now it's a lot easier to cure the animal hides. So we're going to remove this first one. So let me go ahead and take this out here. And then instead of having an input of animal hide, we want the cured animal hide, right? So hang on, it's just resource cured animal hide. So just swap this one for this one, and then 1 cured animal hide will turn into leather. There we go. So let's go ahead and take this out, and there we go. So that will turn it into direct animal. So we just say cured animal hide. Takes a long time, and it only makes 1 leather. So let's just remove this extra description, and then we'll down the time from 60 to 45, I think. There we go. So while it's doing it, then we'll down it to 45, and there we go. So that's looking good. So now it will take 1 cured animal hide, and it will turn it into 1 leather, which is an automatic crafting recipe, which is pretty nice. Other things, like, I'm sure we can make other stuff be usable on this thing as well. But yeah, I want to make leather processing a little bit simpler here once you made the tanning rack there. Right, so that's all good. Looking pretty nice now. So the next thing is in cloth processing. I want to double check also the loom recipe, because that shouldn't be, well, the loom is actually quite easy to make because you can find most of the things to do what you need to do there, so I think we should be fine with that. But yeah, the tanning rack is now easier to make, and yeah, only requires 1 sewing kit at this point, which is a lot better. Okay, and I think what we're going to do is, once we've done that, so you got the cure animal hide and that. Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. We'll keep it like this for now because it makes it a little bit simpler. Okay, so the other thing I needed to do that I realized was a bit of a boo-boo is to remove the... Okay, so what we have over here is, if we come out of this one, hang on, go back into my main folders here. If we go into harder construction here, which is not this one, it's under industrial, isn't it? Harder construction. One thing I've added that shouldn't be added in this modlet is there's like a wet cement thing that I've added here, or an old cement. So instead of just getting regular old cement out of pallets, you get what's called old cement that you have to make into better cement. Now, I think that by including it in this modlet, that's not so good, because I want this to be only if you're more interested in producing concrete and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this out from this modlet, and we're going to move this over to the concrete processing modlet. So we're going to go ahead and pretty much cut this out here, and then we're going to open up the items file in concrete processing and move it over. Same with, we got to do this a couple of times. We've got to do this with localization. A few things I want to have it moved over to a different modlet pretty much. So let's go and open concrete processing here, config, go into items, and then we're going to have we're pretty much going to put it here. So hang on, let me put that back in. So get rid of this, save that, and then we're just going to mark this as this is a dependency. This is a dependency file. So that's just going to be, if we add more items here, we can check that out. But this is just so that my combat mode can see both of them. And then we're going to chuck this guy right in here. Okay, so then we've got to do the same for the icons. So let's go into, okay, tell you what, let's go ahead and come out of here, back to harder construction, config. Now go into localization and let's find resource cement old. Take this out. So we might not even need a localization file at this point, which is fine. If we don't, we can just remove it. Okay, you know what? Shut it down. We keep clicking on that one by accident, and it's not that one, so let's just get rid of it before I have too many tabs again. Right, so let's go into parts processing, concrete processing. Here we go. So config, localization now, and we're just going to literally add this back in here. So let's go ahead and put this right there. So resource old cement right there. That will move it over, and then the last thing we need to do is, well, actually, I don't think we even need to move any icons over, do we? Because I think that's already been dealt with over here. We just need to do the block moving to make the pallets drop the old cement in as well. Let me check in here. So if we go to it'll be recipes as well. There's a lot of things we need to move over here. So under harder constructions, if we go into yeah, there's not even any icons to move over, so that's good. So now if we go into blocks here, we're going to say pallets now drop old cement that needs to be restored. We're going to cut that out of this file because I no longer want it there. So save this down, and then we're going to go back to the concrete processing, and we're going to add it to this one. So config, blocks, and then in concrete processing, we'll add it right here. There you go, so pallets now drop old cement. So yeah, now this will only happen in this particular modeler if you want it to do it that way. So makes it kind of a bit easier to deal with. Alright, so yeah, because there's some modelers that kind of do what they should do but take it a bit too far, so I'm kind of like trying to section them off a little bit better. And hopefully that way it'll be good. So now we've done that, we're going to go into the recipes as well and check what recipes going on here. So back into here, so yeah, a bit of back and forth to kind of fix the bugs here. But there we go. So let's go into recipes now, which is the final thing. And let's see, so resource nail, that adds nails. Okay, so what we want to do is slice and box now requires cement mix in the construction, which is fine, we'll keep that as it is. Yes, concrete is no longer crafted in the cement mixer. Upgrade directly from brick. Okay, yes, that's fine. So concrete mix now requires nitrate powder in its recipe. So this one is... Okay, so yeah, both of these should probably be removed. So yeah, regular cement can be crafted from old cement that is found in the world after adding some water and nitrate. Yeah, so take these two out here. Yeah, because this kind of concerns crafting and not construction. So this is the wrong modeler to have these in. Okay, so then we can go ahead and add these two recipes up into concrete processing as well. So move this over, config, recipes. Here we go. So head next file recipe. So that's the power bank. So let's add this down here. Here we go. So get rid of this one. Okay, hold on. We gotta take this one out and then remove. Okay, and then take out this one from here and move it over. There we go. So move this over here. Okay, so move that over. This recipe might end up getting removed anyway, but we'll keep it there for now. So then we want to do this. Then before we add new recipes, make adjustments to old recipes. And shut that there. There you go. So put that together. Alright, so now concrete mix requires nitrate powder in its recipe, which is fine. That's probably too much. Let's put that down to 1 as well. Okay, so there we go. And then old cement. Yeah, old cement can be taken with 10, 5 nitrate powder. Let's lower that as well. That's quite extreme. And let's up the amount of stuff that it can do at once. Let's change it to 20 instead of 10. So yeah, 1 will give you 20, which is a little bit better. But then that's still kind of a bit low for one thing of water. Let's do it 50. So we'll do 50 of those. Let's get 20 of those. Well, not 20 nitrate. Let's say 50 10, and 1. There we go. And hey Hal, welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing? Okay, so we'll put those recipes over. That should now be working, I would have thought. Okay, so now we've got that done. Let me see. So now what we want to do is, I was thinking, let's open Unity up. Because I was thinking of making, I asked Harry about this as well, and he said it's all good. I was thinking of making a workstation to process cement and concrete early on. That would be a lot slower, but you would still be able to do it, and it would be very useful for cement pretty much in the early stages. So let's go ahead and let's go open Unity here, because I've got an idea of how we want to do this. So let's grab this guy, and we can see what we can do. So Unity's going to take a little while to open, so let's just go ahead and keep this kind of on the down low. So I will just relax while it takes its sweet ass time. Yeah, this PC is slow as fuck, so it's going to take a while. Right, here we go. So this is only the first thing. Let's open our 7 days to die modding. So what I want to do is I want to see if I can access something here. So I do need to just crash. I think it just crashed, didn't it? Hang on a minute. Did you just crash? Did you just crash Community? Hang on a minute. Let's see if it's still going. Crash pad. Oh no, it's still dealing with stuff. So it's doing stuff. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But yeah, see, just doing this, I'm nearly at 50% CPU. I'm not even streaming a game. So yeah, you can definitely tell one of my cores is blown because this is so bad. But yeah, let's just go and let this kind of open out and deal with it, and then we should be good. Okay, what was that then? No, that wasn't. That wasn't it. So we're just gonna go ahead and wait until it does, because yeah, I wanted to add like an early workstation that you could use that would essentially craft the concrete stuff for you, which I thought would be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do that. Because yeah, there was a couple of workstations I wanted to make. I wanted to make like a kind of a bit like in GNOME how you have the cement bucket, but I was thinking of using like the tilt truck thing, like that blue tilt truck on wheels without the trash inside it to do it, because that's like a thing in game that you could make usable. And then I also wanted to add somewhere where you would actually like make the concrete blocks kind of thing, because you wouldn't do that directly in the cement mixer. You would do that elsewhere, do you know what I mean? So I was kind of thinking of doing something like that as well, because that could be pretty fun. Now, as to where you would do it, I'm not sure, but we'll see. I'm sure it's gonna be pretty cool, because I wanted to make the cement mixers like automatic as well. So there's like they auto craft. You just put the stuff in and it auto crafts and feeds it out to you, which I did want to do as well. All right, so these are some of my other workstations that are coming at some point. So yeah, there's a lot there. So let's just get rid of those, because we don't need these in game or in the editor. All right, so I want to see if let me re-enable this cube as well, so I can see it, and the material on this cube is not that great. So I want to go ahead and how do I remove material from here? I want to, let's see. Select material, select shader. Okay, I guess I have to keep this cube. Yeah, I accidentally put a material on this thing for the furnace, and I didn't mean to. So this stuff can happen sometimes. It's just what it is. So let me go and see here now. If right, let me move this over so you guys can see the whole editor under the chat. So let me kind of move this over here, so y'all can see what I'm doing. There you go. Move it to like right there. Perfect. So let's see. In my exported 7 days assets, I have imported here resources.assets. Okay, so under prefabs, let me see if I can find the tilt truck asset. Let's see if that's in here anywhere, because as you can see, this has like pretty much all the 7 days assets are here that we can use, even the auto turret. So there's a lot of stuff here that we can actually look into to see. And there's even actually, I wanted to add this in trap crafting, there's even this barbed wire stuff that I would really want to try and add, because I think that'd be really cool to add this as a late game barbed wire trap, because that looks really cool. So I definitely want to try and add that. There's a couple of them here. There's like barbed wire here, and there's some slightly destroyed variants as well. So that might be coming in the vanilla game in the future. So I was going to kind of wait till A20 to see if that became an option, and if it did, then I'll add it in A20. If not, then I can go and add it beforehand. But I kind of have to wait to see if that's going to be an option, because yeah, there's a nice extra barbed wire that's not actually used in game that I would like to add. So yeah, there's some cool things there. So let's see if I can find the tilt truck. So there's the body bags. We've got the bollards, which are new in game. Some different metal bars, the bookcases. That's all the book piles here. Not that we really need those. We already adjusted books to have actually better loot, so there is that. Cactuses. That's the campfire embers. We don't need those. Candelabras. Those are the pallets there. Exploding cars. What else do we have? So that's all the cardboard pallets. Cash registers. Catwalks. Let's see what else we can find here. So yeah, it should be in here somewhere, unless it's in one of the default entity packs that's not actually included with this. There's the old cement mixer. That's the old one. That's the new one. So I guess they just did a bit of an update on it, which is pretty cool. So they've got those. Those are the chem sets. The chicken. What else do we have here? So we have the dog kennel here. They still have they still have the cobblestone frames in here. Look, that's pretty cool. So those still exist. That's pretty sweet. Let's see, coffee. Those are the coffins. Could mix concrete in a coffin technically, because it might be like liquid tight. I don't know. I was just trying to think of like some kind of bucket like recipes you could use. Let me see here. What else do we have? We have. Okay, these are just cubes, so we can pretty much skip over those. Yeah, I want like the tilt truck thing. There might be a faster way I can find this actually. Actually, yeah, there will be a faster way I can find this. So let me look at the. Let me have a look in blocks here, because it will tell me what it is under its model. So if we look at the vanilla blocks file, which should be around here somewhere, I should have this open, I think. Okay, we don't need this open anymore, so close that one. Don't need that one. There is vanilla blocks. I don't see vanilla blocks. Hang on a second. Here we go. It's all the way over here. Okay, let me see if I can find its entity. So if I go for here's actually a dumpster. Dumpster flies. Okay, it's probably around here. So these are the trash cans and dumpsters. Let's see if I can find it here. Tilt truck full. Here we go. The tilt truck is the one I want to find. So the model is tilt truck empty prefab. We might not find that here. That might not be easy to find here. That might not even be here. I mean, if not, we can always use like the cooler or something like that, which would be quite nice. We could make a recipe using the one of the coolers, because that's the thing as well. Let's see if we can find it though, because you never know, it might be in here. And if there's any other like bucket like items we can use, then I can go ahead and use one of those, because I'd rather use something from game to kind of make it fit in, rather than try and find new assets, because trying to find new assets is a friggin' nightmare. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's the thing. If I can find them, let me see. So we grab these. So random body parts. There's the shelves and the lights here. Yeah, there's the girly bed there. So there's, as you can see, look there we go. So we've got some more hoist frames, things like that. Lots of things there. I mean, I could technically make my own one as well, if I wanted to do that. But yeah, I kind of want to make like a workstation that we can do it in. But yeah, that's the pet container. Lower legs. There's the mattresses. So yeah, there are quite a few in here, but yeah, not all of the things are in here. Like some of the loot containers and stuff are not here, which really sucks because I don't know where they are. because there's no like entities thing here. It's just completely missing. So paintings, palettes. There's more of the palettes there. But yeah, if not, we could always use some kind of box or something like that. I'm just trying to think what we can do. A barrel may even work, which might actually be pretty good. We could do a cement barrel. That could work. So I don't have to really do. I already had to find anything new then. So there's a prefabs, pumpkins. Let me see if it's around here. So that's the reptile. See, like even the reptile terrarium is there. So that's something. So yeah, a lot of these things are here, but a lot of them are missing as well. It seems to be mainly the loot containers that are missing. But you never know, we might find them in here. I don't see any of the dumpsters or anything like that, so store shelves. It's probably gonna be on the tilt truck if anything. I can try and find where they are though, if possible. Sink, sky sphere, spotlights. That's the steel hatch. But yeah, as you can see, there's tons in here. There's absolutely tons. But yeah, trying to find the asset you want to use sometimes can be extremely difficult, especially if it's not in the main area. So trim, tripwire, treadmill, spike, trap. That's TR, TO. Yeah, the tilt truck I don't believe is here. So even got things like the toaster, the urinals as well. Utility sink. I mean, we could technically use a utility sink to do it as a workstation. You could maybe use that. Could be a thing, but I don't know. What else we got here? So Wild West wagons. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's here, which is kind of annoying. But what we could maybe try and do. Okay, I've got U-Tiny here, haven't I? So to do some. Do I still have U-Tiny Ripper? Let me see. Okay, I don't want to know about anything about Putin, thanks. He's all good. Ready? Mutiny Zero Waste Deli. I've really got to find a way to disable Microsoft Edge from just like hacking my stuff, because yeah, that's kind of easy. Yeah, I don't want to know about Putin. I don't want to know about bloody COVID stuff right now. It's all good. Okay, so let's go ahead and open a new Explorer window, because I did have U-Tiny on here for ripping stuff. Let's see. Let's see. PC program files. Okay, I think it's under x86. Let's see. U-Tiny Ripper. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's see what I can do here. So let's go into here and let's find. Okay, so we got. Okay, it wants us to actually drag and drop. So kind of annoying, but there you go. So let's come out of here. Let's go to Steam. Steam apps. Common. 7 Days to Die. Let's go and do it from here. Hell says, wife wants me to order Chinese food for dinner. Nice, dude. I've already eaten, so you can't make me hungry today. Okay, so I think it's resources. Unity default resources, built-in extras. Let me see where these are. Shed assets, resources to assets. Let me see. Data, prefabs. Probably not under here, is it? No, that's not the one I need. Let's see. This is my bleeding edge screenshots. Okay, hang on. Sunday site data. Managed. That's all system files, isn't it? So it probably is resources here. Default.resources. Then it must be here. Shared assets, resources, output level. Because I swear there's a place where these other ones are kept somewhere. Under easy energy, perhaps. Service link to license. No, it's not under there. Motivating edit, embed runtime. No, it's not there. So yeah, it must be just one of these ones. Managed. Yeah, Unity Default Resources. How big's that file? Not very big. That's the thing, because the resources.assets is huge, as you can see. It's like, that is like this one and this one. The rest file is very big. But then shared assets and then all the others are really tiny. So shared assets is much smaller than shared assets 1. So maybe I've got to open this one. So maybe this file is going to be what I can use. So will it open those? Import warning, no game files found. Okay, so we can't do that one. So I guess it's literally just resources.assets, but we try shared assets o.assets and see. Let me see. Unity Default Resources. Let's see what's in here. Material. Transform. Global Game Manager. Let's see what we got here. So lots of scripts in here. Okay, so lots and lots of monoscripts. Unity Default Resources. What's under here? More shaders, meshes. Not much under there. Hal says, but I can try. You can. So yeah, files have been loaded, but it's not that one that we want. So I guess it's going to be under resource.assets, because yeah, that's not the one we want. So shared assets 0, shared assets 1. That's the thing, because these other ones are a lot larger. So global game managers, unless it is literally under this Unity Default Resources. That's just a file though. Because yeah, I'm not sure where they keep some of these other ones. Resources.resource. This is this one. Okay, so okay, this is the annoying thing with Utony. You kind of start it and do that, and then it wants you to restart the thing. So let me go ahead and come from here. Let me just open a new window here. Yep, open a new window. Here we go. Then we can go up, back to Utiny, start it again, because that's definitely not the one I want. So there's my plugins. So this data. Yeah, I have no idea unless it's under app data or something and it stores it elsewhere. But I don't think it would. Honestly, I don't know why it would store it anywhere else than there. So I guess we just try back into Utiny again. So let's go up again. Right, here we go. Utiny, where's that? That is right there. So open this one. Right, so that's ready to go where we need to. So close this down and then open it again. And then we can drag and drop again. There we go. So yeah, do it. That's the only annoying thing with the Utiny interface is it doesn't have like a no, I don't want this thing. Yeah, it's a bit one of those things. Global Game Managers.assets. Unless that is the one. Global Game Managers.assets. What do we have in here? Lots of monoscripts, it would seem. Yeah, tons of monoscripts, which is a lot of scripts. Unity Default Resources. What's under here? Shaders, textures, monoscripts. Okay, so not that one. Yeah, if they're all monoscripts, it's definitely not something we want. So let's try again. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep trying until we come up to the right one because resource.assets I've already imported, so it makes no sense to use that one again. But yeah, I have no idea where the entities ones are to rip, which is kind of a shame. Crunch.dll. Okay, so Utiny repair 7 days today. Here we go. So level 0, level 1, I think is a Unity scene. Shared assets. So what about resources.resource? Does that load anything? Drag and drop files, resource.resource. No game files found. So yeah, no game files found for them. That's so weird. But yeah, I don't think they're stored anywhere else. So the bluffs or bundles. Hang on a second. Bundles.manifest. Entities. Hang on. can it open these? Because that would make sense, wouldn't it? Files have been loaded. Ah, maybe it's this. If entities has been found. Okay, so what's in here? So asset bundle manifest. Okay, so this might be how we do it. So we've got to extract this, export this one. Ah, here's how we might be able to do it. Here we go. Hal says chicken fried rice, chicken mixed vegetables, chicken chow mein, sweet and sour chicken balls, 4 egg rolls, muku gangpan, lemon sugoi, breaded shrimp with lemon. Think that should cover it. Nice, dude. That sounds awesome. Now I had some awesome fadey food today, so I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. So let's go and add this to. If I go into my desktop real quick, it's probably the easiest thing to do. So I think what we had to do is we had to double extract it. So make new folder. Let's just call this exported assets. So this might be where it is. So let's OK to that, and then finished. And then let's go ahead and reset. So now hopefully we can find on my desktop here. So if we look for exported assets, it's kind of right there under all this stuff. So I guess we'll just open it from another Finder window. So all the way to desktop. So go right away up there. Exported assets, here we go. Did that not put anything in there? It appears like it did not. Okay, hold on. Let me try something. So let's see. Traders, vehicles, zombies. Because yeah, this is all the stuff we need. Because it shows it there. Entities has been found, so files have been loaded. Export to exported assets. General finished. So did that actually do anything now? Type of repair entities. It did not put anything to exported assets. Okay, maybe we need to look at UNT assets bundle extractor then, because that might be the other thing that we need to use. But I've never used that tool before, so I'm not sure. Because that should have pulled out the thing and just dumped it there, which is kind of strange. Let's try another one. Let's try another one. Reset. Let me try loot containers. See if that one does any better. Loot containers. Loading. Okay, this one's taking a bit longer to load. Files have been found. Right. Let's see. So there's a lot of things in there. Mono behavior, meshes, transforms. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in there. Dependency resource Unity products. Unity default resources wasn't found. Okay, can we export this one? Let's try. Ah, here we go. This is doing something now. Ah, this looks like it. This looks like it. I think I've done it. Alright, here we go. I think I found it. So let this do all of its stuff. Here we go. Yeah, I see what I want. There's like loot crates and stuff like that coming out of here. Is it done? Or is it still going? Okay, still exporting assets. So let's kind of let it do its thing. So yeah, this is doing it. This is the one I want to grab. So yeah, we can export all these assets now, which is great because that gives me a lot more to work with, which is really, really nice. So let's go ahead and grab all these. Man, loads of stuff coming out of there. Look at the luggage pile closed. There's all the luggage ones. Domed trash can. There we go. There we go. Export finished. So open folder. And now we should have loot containers. And then we have assets. And then we have asset bundles, material mesh. Yeah, under asset bundles, loot containers, materials. Okay, so that's all the prefabs. Okay, perfect. That is everything we need. Okay, so what we're going to do, copy this folder. I'm going to take all of this, and then we're going to go to my D drive, because I moved everything to Unity on my D drive. So this might take a bit of time to update. But yeah, now I've actually got access to a lot more stuff. So let me go to... Where do I want to go? I want to go to... Okay, let me just open a random folder window here. Right, so I want to go to... Come up here, go to my D drive. Okay, find this PC, and then D. because yeah, you can see my C drive is very full. Unity, send those modding. Right, so we've got assets here. Let's go imported here, and then we'll go ahead and do resources or assets. We've got assets here. Okay, so what we should be able to do is just add this here, and then we'll copy all the files into there. So let it deal with that, and then in Unity it should update. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so let's see. 68 files with the same names. Let's get those files. So let's go ahead and do that. Right, so now in Unity, let's go ahead and come into here. Then we have to do a bit of an update. So this could take a while, because it's got to go ahead and calculate all the asset hashes, and then it's got to pretty much import all of this stuff here into asset bundles. So it's got to pretty much take all of these prefabs and put them in here. Now it's hopefully not going to take too long. It looks like it won't be that much time, and then we can look and see if there's the other assets in there that we actually want to use, because if that's the case, then we're good. But we will find out. But until then, we'll just kind of have to wait here and see what's going on. So yeah, let it do its thing. Then hopefully we can access the other assets that are not shown in the main resources.assets folder. Because yeah, it's a little bit weird, like how it does that. Because I would have thought they'd be like the entities one would have had some, but I guess they removed some of these things. There we go. And Rivy says, "Hi Max from my car." Hi Rivy in the car. How you doing, Rivy in the car? Says waiting on A20 minute already drive through. And says, "Hell, that's what I'm waiting on. Chinese." Oh, nice, Rivy. Okay, so now we should have asset bundles now, and then loot containers. Here we go, and this should contain. Okay, so this is kind of all like mixed together here, but as you can see, this contains all the other stuff that's here. So now we can see if the tilt truck is here. Hopefully it is. Let's go. So yeah, you can see all the medicine cabinets and stuff is here. So yeah, lots of things here. Let's see if we can find it. So pill case, because I think under here we've got, yeah, there's materials, so that's fine. Here we go, tilt truck. That's what I want. So pull this in. Is there a one? Oh, here it is. Hang on, no, get rid of this. That's the one I want to use. This one, tilt truck. Yeah, there it is, right there. Right, so we actually do have access to this now. Perfect. So what I want to do is I want to turn this into a kind of workstation for cement mixing, right? So as you can see, it kind of occupies a bit more than one block space. It kind of occupies two, doesn't it? So let me see. Yeah, it kind of occupies two, but I suppose one block space will be fine. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and just have one block space. So what I wanted to do was kind of add this. So let me go in the center of this at not here. Let me see. Where did that end up going? That completely disappeared on me. Okay, so you know what? Undo that. Undo that. So yeah, that's centered at 0, 0, 0. There you go. So that's centered like at 0, 0, 0 now, and that's pretty much directly over. Yeah, that's like directly over it. So what we should be able to do is have this useful for our cement mixer. So I was going to have like, because what I was going to have is like you'd like pour cement into this thing, and then that's kind of what you would use to go from there. So what I was thinking of doing is to have, we could just leave it like this, but I kind of wanted to make it a bit more workstation-y looking. So what I was thinking is we'll add like some rocks around the base of it or something like that, just to kind of make it look like it's being supported. So I think that'd be a pretty good one. Now I've already got some rocks and assets and stuff here, because I did go ahead and get some of these already. So if we go down to scanned rocks, here we go. So you got rock prefabs, Legacy. There's new shader ones as well. But yeah, these rocks are actually really, really big. But what I was thinking is we can have a few of these kind of like dotted around. So the rocks are absolutely huge. So we kind of do that. You'll see they are enormous. So I kind of want to scale these down. Okay, and I didn't really want this one either. I kind of wanted this one more because it seems to fit it better. So let's go ahead and reduce that down like massively. Because yeah, I was thinking like put some like rocks around it, and then we can use that as our kind of workstation here. Okay, so it's kind of all the way up here still, and then move you down. Okay, so then all we need to do is kind of position it, and then we can make it like a 2x2 station. And I'll have to just like adjust the offset as well. But yeah, I was thinking this is what we could do, kind of have it like kind of have it so it's kind of like mounted on these rocks kind of thing, which I think would be pretty cool. Just to kind of keep it up, because yeah, then it'll kind of look like it's been just like thrown together. Which I kind of like. I kind of like the idea of that, because that's kind of what FennecMod is like in the early game. You kind of just throw things together and hope that things, work. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I want it to be. So let's go ahead and lower this a little bit. So we don't need like a ton of rocks, just like a few to kind of keep it together and stop it from like properly tilting over. So let's go and kind of put one like right there. I wonder if the cinder blocks are here as well. That might be cool, because if we can get like a cinder block in under one of the wheels as well. Actually, we could probably use all of those if that's there. Let me see. So if we go into imported again, resources, assets, asset bundles, and let me see if I can find the brick piles. So you can see there's lots of these. There's the trash cans. There's the bird's nest and stuff. This many has all the loot containers and stuff, but it's still pretty cool that we can find a load of these. If not, actually, let's look at blocks and see what this is. We might need to do one more import in here. And Hell says, nice, really hungry minds think alike. Yes, they do. They definitely do. Okay, so let me come out of here and come into Notepad again. So I think they are the cinder blocks, right? Let's see where that is. So cinder blocks model is under cinder blocks main mesh. Cinder blocks 01 main mesh. So that looks like it's under something completely different. So that might be elsewhere that we have to kind of try and track it down again. Hang on. So what other ones are in here? So if we look here, so there's loot containers, traders, trees, vehicles, zombies. There's no industrial one here though, so I'm guessing that's completely somewhere else. So I don't think we're going to find it there. Okay, so yeah, we'll see what other things are like available here. It could be under. Think about it. It could just be under prefab instance down here. Let's see if cinder block is here. So CE, CH, chem, CL, chimney. No, it's not there. Okay, this is under industrial here. Is there an industrial folder? No. Hang on. Maybe it's actually under. It might be under mesh though. Hang on. Let's see if it's under here. Cement, chamber, chemistry, chimney, chest, chicken, chimney, claw bath, classic, claw. No, it's not a prefab instance either. Okay, so it's not there because I would have thought it'd be under here, unless it's under. Unless there's a folder called industrial in here. Hang on. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of other things here because you can apply like different textures and stuff as well. So that's probably how they've done it for some of these things. I have no idea what these EFPs are or anything like that. Hatches. Lod. Okay, so these are all the length of draw meshes and stuff. Holster, H. So that's H. Intestines, iron ore. Ice machine. Industrial, no, it's not there. Because I was thinking we could have like some bricks and cinder blocks kind of holding it on there as well, but I guess it's not a thing. So let's go and look and see if there's any other cool things in here that we can find. Because yeah, we did get some other nice things here to maybe use. There's a dome trash can here. It's kind of weird how these ones are all kind of pushed together, whereas the other ones are like organized into nice folders. It's a little bit strange. But yeah, you can even get like the barbecue grill. The gun safes are here as well. Lockers, safes. That's really cool how you can find all these. Luggage pile, lost satchel. Guess we could use the sandbags though. Might be quite nice if we had like some extra sandbags or stuff like that. Let's see. But let's see what else we can find here. Just in case there's any other cool things that I can grab. So there's a shopping cart, the tilt truck. So that's for the trash piles. Trash pile. Washers, dryers, water coolers. Weapon bags. No, nothing much there. Okay, let's look for the sandbags then, because I think we had under here in prefab instance. I think there are sandbags here we could use, because that would be pretty cool. I think there were some, which should suit it really well actually. Let's see if we can find them. So pallets right there. It's not those. Prefab. Okay, we're on our sandbags. Here we go. Look, there's some here. Because what we could do is have it like so if we drag these in here, they're quite large right now, but we can make them smaller. Actually, I don't know. Is there any this like? Okay, yeah. Here's the one I want to use. Wait, no, don't come out of there. Resources to assets. Hang on. Go back in there. Prefab instance. Go back to sandbags again because it's going to make me go all the way down. Because Unity likes doing that for some reason. it's really weird. It likes doing that for some reason. What do you want? I don't know. Hey, Vissy, welcome to the stream. How you doing? It says, except when you've been in the car all day and you ask the wife, where do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you feel like? Burgers? Subs? Pizza? I don't know. Okay, pizza? I don't want pizza. Aww. And how you doing, Missy? Says, good evening, Maximus. Good to see you. It's good to see you too, Missy. Thank you very much for popping in. Okay, so it's going to be... Okay, so sandbags. Let's go and get the sandbags. There's one... Yeah, there's these single ones here that we could use as like a pile of them as well. So let's go and get the sandbag pile. We can put this under... maybe we'll get the single one. Might be better. Let's get a single sandbag here, because yeah, we can kind of drag these ones under the other side. The only thing we have to do is remove the log groups from these eventually. So let me center it first, because then we can kind of get the height correct. And then I can kind of look down here to see how I want to position this. Yeah, so the sandbags have like a weird kind of collider on them, but that's fine. We'll end up removing most of this information anyway and just dealing with it ourselves. But yeah, I was thinking we could have like a sandbag down here. I guess we'd like turn it this way. Or actually, why don't we have the sandbag? Okay, I don't want to extend it that much. I wanted to move you over here. Why don't I have the sandbag like in front of the wheel like this? Hang on, move this down here. We can have it we can have it like on the side of the wheel there, and then we can rotate it like that, and then we can kind of move it over here, so it's not quite in the wheel, but kind of sort of. There we go. So then I'll kind of keep it there, because I was thinking we'll have like some rocks and sandbags and stuff kind of around it, just to make it look like it's just to make it kind of look cool, you know what I mean? So it's like been held in place. Missy says, on the phone, 1 sec. What do you want? Don't know. Computer says no. You want pizza? Computer says no. Right, duplicate. Okay, then we can move this rock over here. And all we got to do really is kind of like rotate the rocks and stuff to make it, make it kind of look more authentic, and just add a few things here. So this one, for example, we can rotate. Let's rotate it like this way. Okay, ooh, I don't want to. Okay, grab it this way so I can kind of position it. There we go, so we can kind of have one there. It's a little bit hard to see with the shadow, so what I might do is add another directional light here just to kind of make it easier. So duplicate this, and then let's move this directional light over, and well, we'll just adjust the angle of it so we can see both ways here. There you go. Then it shouldn't cast so many shadows, hopefully. Yeah, now you can kind of see it a bit better. Yeah, now you can see it from like both sides. Slightly better. I kind of want to rotate it or move it like this way facing as well, so we kind of illuminate it from both sides. That's better. So now we can see it a lot better, so we know like what this is colliding with. So yeah, as you can see, this rock kind of like is inside the wheel, and that looks kind of naff. So we don't want that. Let's kind of move this out. We'll have a rock under the wheel like there, perhaps. Actually, why don't we move... Okay, I got Verida. Let's move the sandbag over this way, and have the rock come over this way. And then we can very easily see where these things actually fall, you see what I mean? So we know now exactly where they are. So yeah, the rocks also need to be lowered down because they're slightly too high, because yeah, we kind of have to position them correctly on the ground. If they're slightly in the ground because they're rocks, it really doesn't matter. But yeah, move those down. And then this one, we can move over here. And as you can see, this is slightly in the ground, but like I said, if the game objects are slightly in the ground, that's not so much of an issue. It's actually pretty good. So let's see. So we got that one there. Okay, so yeah, we kind of want this being held in place. So actually, the sandbag might be better to be placed. The sandbag, I'm thinking. Let me try this. The sandbag might be better to be placed on the top of this thing to kind of hold it in place here, right? Because that would make sense. So you kind of have a sandbag just kind of leaning on this thing, and it needs to come up slightly from the ground because that's like way too far in. But yeah, as you can see, it's kind of hard to see with the shadow here, but it's all good. Once we got it, it'll be fine. It just takes a little bit of working with. So tilt the sandbag. Hang on, no, actually better idea. Rotate the sandbag this way, so it covers all of it. Then we can just resize it and tilt it to do whatever we want. So move this way. There we go, and then kind of rotate it like this, and then shift it out a little bit, and it'll look like the sandbag's kind of like holding it in place, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So we can kind of shift it this way and have it like that. Actually, we can duplicate this and use it twice, and we'll have one behind. We'll have like one behind it. So if we duplicate this, then we'll go ahead and rotate this kind of back to normal, and then move this kind of behind and down, and then that looks like it's kind of resting on the back there. And then to kind of make it less samey, then we'll rotate it like that. There you go. So rotate it twice, and then we kind of got like a tilt truck, kind of like a tilt truck workstation. Let's go and add some more stones here as well. Just kind of make it look pretty cool. Because there we go. We got those. Let's add one more type of rock, and then that should be pretty good. So go down to rocks and stuff. So yeah, I know I kind of like taking a long time making rocks and stones, but you know it's cool. I like taking time over this stuff. So let's add this rock. Here we go. So we're going to make it really small because you can see right now it's really huge. So make it tiny and make it smaller still. It's really friggin' big right now. And then center it at 0, 0, 0, and then adjust its position from there. And then decide how big or small we need to set a rock. So we still need it smaller. So that'll do. And then move it down. And we still probably want it smaller than this. It's quite lengthy, isn't it? So let's kind of do it like that. And then rotate it. And then move it over this way. There you go. That looks like that rock is kind of supporting the wheel here. Just kind of hold it in place. Because yeah, that's what I was thinking. We can like get like a tilt truck, which you'll be able to pick up, and then use that for your workstation. Welcome back, Missy. How you doing? Okay, so one of those, and let me copy this again, duplicate it, and then move it over to here. We'll just rotate it again, kind of just make it look not samey. Let me tell you what. Let me rotate this over like that, so it's completely different. Hang on, slightly less than that, like that, I think. Okay, let me kind of have a look here. How's that looking? Kind of hard to tell with the shadow here, but it should be fine. There we go, and that kind of looks cool. So yeah, we kind of got this like little tilt truck thing that we can like mix cement in. Because that would like be the like if you were to find one of these, you'd be like, yeah, I can mix cement in there. This says, just so you know, friend, your Twitch says you're playing Elder Scrolls, but it's throwing back an error. Yeah, it keeps doing it. I have no idea why. Twitch is being really stupid right now. Like I'm trying to do it through Streamlabs. I'm honestly thinking of just like dropping Twitch altogether. Because it's just giving me more grief. You know what I mean? It's annoying, and I don't know how to fix it. But yeah, it's doing it with both Streamlabs and with Restream as well. Like both of them are doing it. So I have no idea what the problem is, but it's annoying. It's just like Okay, so the other thing I want to do now is make it look like it's kind of full of cement, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So the way we're going to do that is let's go ahead. Well, first of all, let's come into my view here and let's sort a few things out first. So as you can see, we've got a load of stuff kind of all over the place. Let's go ahead and this is unpack all these prefabs here. Just unpack all these. There we go. So each of these needs to be moved. Okay, and then we're going to move these. So tilt truck empty. I only want this one from here, then the rest we can remove. There we go. So I need that one because yeah, a lot of these things have like LODs and stuff like that. So a lot of these I don't need. So we can just move this one out, for example, and take this away, I believe, and that should preserve both the sandbags. Yeah, because we'll make our own. Yeah, there we go. That preserves the sandbag. So we're just going to pretty much unpack all these prefabs and then get the bits that I actually need and go there. Mrs. says, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, is there. So, and Missy says, so I had an idea, sir. Yes, Missy, what was your idea? I would like to hear your idea. So tell me, what is it? Okay, so move out main mesh. No, it's LOD one we need to move out as well. So move this one out as well. Delete main mesh and delete sandbag here. Okay, now what we'll do is we're going to go and make a new empty object. We're going to call this cement. Well, it's not a cement mixer. This is just like okay, we'll just call it primitive cement mixer. Here we go. And we can go ahead and use this. Missy says, how are you playing Minecraft? I thought maybe with your recent comp problems, maybe we could do a little Minecraft or something similar that you could handle for Mondays. Potentially, yeah. I was thinking of doing some Minecraft. I will have a think about that because yeah, we'll probably have to get a server up or something and use that because yeah, it might be able to handle like a light mod pack, which I think would be fine. So yeah, I'll have a think about it. I will have a think about it. But yeah, Minecraft would be fun because I haven't played that game I haven't played Minecraft in a while actually. So yeah, could be good. Okay, so move these all to 0. Right, next we're going to grab then. Let's go ahead and make a new thing in here. Create another empty one. We're going to call this assembly. And do that. Missy says, I just like hanging out with you. No, it's cool. No, that sounds like a good idea. But yeah, I think we could do some of that. So then next, create empty. And then under here, we're just going to call this rocks. And then pretty much all of the rocks that we have here, we're going to move inside rocks. There we go. So move all those pretty much right into here. There we go. Now we kind of makes it a little bit easier to work with. So then we're just going to call this rock 1, rock 2. This part here doesn't really matter, but say if we want to like dynamically change the lift bar prefab later, we should be able to. So rock 2, rock 3, and rock 4. There we go. So let's go ahead and just change these over, and I guess we can put the sandbags under here as well. So grab these two, and just call this one sandbag 1 and sandbag 2. There we go. It says, just let me know, I'm up for most things as long as I have it to play with you. No worries, Smithy. It doesn't have to be Minecraft, it could be something else. I'll see what I've got, because I got a couple of things maybe we could try. So yeah, I'll have a look at, and actually I already named this to base. That's the base of the thing. And then the tilt truck is here, so let's just call it truck. And that can go, so there's the base there, and that can go not in base but below it directly. There we go. And then essentially all of this now will control this whole thing, right? Yeah, so that now, the prefab is now controlled directly from that, which is a lot better, so that's looking good. So now what I want to do is I want to make it look like this truck is filled with stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, create a 3D object, and it's going to be a plane, right? So the plane is pretty huge, so we don't want it this big, but we're going to do something like this. So grab this, we can resize this, make it really small. But what we're going to do is we're going to kind of, because I want to make it look like this has something inside it kind of thing. So the way we can do this is to make it small like this, make it so it's not enlarged too much, and then I need to make it so it kind of clips a little bit inside the side parts here. Not too much, just a little bit. Like that, and then that's clipping in that side. Because yeah, what I don't want to happen is for you to be able to see under the plane. So let's see. So clipping, make sure it's not coming out the sides. Okay, perfect. And then what we want to do is enlarge it this way. So pull it out this direction. And then pretty much just like lower it and adjust it a little bit. Because then what we can do is assign a material to this thing, which looks like a stone or something like that. And then, yeah, so you can see if we lower it in like that, it looks like it's now a liquid level. And then we just have to make sure that this is not poking out the sides or anything like that. So let me kind of do this and make sure we don't see it sticking out the sides. Okay, that's the problem. We do kind of see it there. Okay, so we do kind of see it there, so we might have to kind of pull this in just a bit. So let's do that. Pull this in a little bit, and let's see if this works. And Killer Buddy, welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing? Vanilla Tweaks is the mod that Hermitcraft players use, and it's actually more system resource efficient than the base Minecraft. Oh, nice. I have to have a look at that. How you doing, Killer Buddy? Welcome to the stream, dude. Says, I hope you're doing fine. I'm doing very well, thank you. I hope you're doing fine as well. But yeah, kind of getting this right can be a bit finicky sometimes, especially when you try not to see. Yeah, because right there that you can kind of see there's a little gap. So we don't want the little gap. We just want to. Oh, hang on, I'm adjusting the wrong thing here. We don't want to see the little gap here. Okay, hang on. Let me undo the last thing I did. So I think I adjusted the wrong thing. Yeah, I did. Okay, so let's go and undo the little gap right there. And hopefully that will be good without being seen on the outsides. There we go. So that's looking better. So now what we can do is we can kind of assign a material to this thing that looks like stone or something, and then it will appear like it's actually filled with that material, which is a pretty cool technique we can use. So we'll try and do that. And Killer Buddy is doing great. Excellent. This says, hell, I just need a nap, and I'm good. And let's see. So let's find a material now that already exists, because we may as well use some kind of material, because there's a lot of stuff here. So default materials. So there's barrels. There's let's see, baskets. There is tiles, blood, body bag, bookcase. I wonder if there's like the gravel material in there. Hang on. Concrete? No, that's not one. Let's see what we can find there. Commercial. How about just regular old concrete here? How's that looking? Yeah, there you go. So you could have like a, you can make it pretty much look like concrete like that. So there's any other good ones. You can make it look like a cow skull. Cornfield. So yeah, you can pretty much make it like that. Default materials here. Is there any other ones? Gravel might look pretty good as well. But yeah, there you go. You can make it look like it's kind of full of concrete like that. Which is pretty nice actually. So yeah, that's not bad. The other thing we can do is like stuff a tool in it or something that you'd use to mix it. So I should have a. Let me see. So we've got scan rocks. I should have some tools or something in here. Let's see what I can find. Trigger's assets, wood logs. Well, you could mix it with something as simple as a wood beam, couldn't you? So let's go and actually look and see if I got a good old wood beam here. Wood group. It's like a short wood beam here. Let me see. Logs detail. Logs, more logs. Okay, I think we should probably grab one of these. Okay, yeah, here we go. So take like a wood log and make it shorter, because you can pretty much like mix it with a wood beam, which would make sense. Do we have any just beams though? That's kind of what I want, not an actual log. Okay, wood group. Here we go. So yeah, we can use like a wood beam and just make it like thinner and shorter, and there we go. Hal says, what are the rocky sand you see in 7 days at the side of the road? That's gravel, that one. Says, could you make tutorials for how to add new stuff from Unity, like weapons, tools, zombies, and make it working in game? Currently, I only know how to add blocks. Weapons, tools, and stuff, not sure. But for weapons, I know Kane did a tutorial on that, so you might want to check out. It's on the forum, I believe. He does one. It's called like adding a new gun to 7 days kind of thing. Okay, so let's make this thing really tiny first. And then we will make it like longer this way. There we go. And then we can move this inside here. Then we'll just rotate it. Because yeah, you could pretty much mix concrete with like a wooden tool of some kind. So it'll kind of make it like rest kind of sideways on the thing here. Which I think this will look pretty cool once it's all done. So this way, kind of rotate it so it sort of is just resting here. And make sure it's also not poking out the other side, because that would be bad. Okay, so there we go. And we can have this kind of sat in the side like that. There we go. That's kind of cool. So it's like a mixing thing as well. Hell says, or that you see around buildings. Can you not put a shovel in there? I don't have a shovel asset that's come from 7 days. I couldn't find it. So I don't think I could actually get the vanilla one, because I would love to be able to do that, or like have the stone shovel in there for like a basic one. So it would be great, but yeah, I don't think I can get it. Let's see. So yeah, let me try and find the gravel one though, because that should be in the material somewhere. I would have thought. I'll try and find the gravel one. So DF is gravel in here. Hazard, grace, grid, glass. No, gravel is not in there. Strange. No name, lots of no names ones. Is there stone ones? There's dirt in there. Painting, picnic table, potato. Let me see if there's like stone in here. Sign, sleeper, soft. Hang on. Soft glow, soda fountain. The sofas. Stalactite, stag 1. Steel, step plate, street. No stone one? Store step. No, there's no other stone textures I can access from here. Says concrete is gravel and sand mixed with concrete for most purposes. This is true, yeah. It kind of looks like a tool stuck in cement. Kinda. Let's see. Is there anything else here? Yeah, I don't see the gravel one here. Unless it's under rock. Let me see if it's under rock. Radiator, rags, resource, rock resource maybe? Well, that looks more liquidy. That definitely looks more liquidy. Not that one. That's like a brighter one. That kind of looks cool. That works. That could maybe work. Rock small, rock medium. I don't know if sandstone exists in here. Shipping sheet shark. Okay, interesting. Scoop, sort of. Rusty metal. Sandbag? What does that look like? Nah, that's kind of naff. Sandstorm. Okay, no, that doesn't do anything. You could even make it have. You can pretty much give it whatever material you want here. Yeah, I can make it be like a stag body. Which is pretty cool. You can even have it give it the material of a steel door. I think that actually looks a little bit better. So maybe we'll go with that one. Yeah, I think we should just go with that one. Why not? So let's go ahead and do. Okay, so base truck. Let's add plane and. Okay, unpack this one. Unpack that one, and then just call this. Let's call it plank. There we go. Let's do that one. So grab this. Right, so then we can add a new 3D object. No, just create empty, and just call this main, and then stuff these three inside it. There we go. So base, main. There we go. Right. So next thing to do is tag everything. So grab this lot, and then we're going to change this to T-Mesh B. So tag all those things. That essentially what that does is it allows things to collide with it. That's pretty much how it works. Yeah, it appears very bright now, but in game it'd be darker. It's just I've got two lights shining down on this to make it easier to see. So we've got that done, and then we need to do. Okay, so now I tagged it. We need to go ahead and add a couple of things now. So the first thing we'll do is come in here, add a LOD, which essentially means that once it moves far enough away, it won't render, which will save on system resources overall. So let's go and delete these, and then we'll say it's culled when it gets to about that size. So when you zoom out from there, it will get culled and disappear. So what we need to do is add everything to this. So we just go ahead and add the pretty much all this stuff here. We need to just add in, and then when we move far enough away, it will get culled. So plane, plank, rock 1, 2. I wish there was a way you could do this quickly, but you can't actually select all the objects together and add them. So we just have to kind of do this instead. Sandbag, sandbag 2, and then truck. There we go. So that's kind of what we do. And then when you move far enough away, it should. Yeah, when you get to that size, it disappears. See, but we probably want it a bit less than that. It seems that we want to go for like. Yeah, let's go for like 10%, I would say. And once you move out, yeah, once you move out far enough, you can see it just disappears. That looks much better as well. Yeah, it looks a lot better. There you go. So you can kind of do that, and then once you move far enough out, it will just pop off screen and it won't render. So yeah, the game will not try and render it forever. It's very important to add a log group when you do this, because if you don't, it will. If you have a lot of these in game, it will lag it. So very important. Says need to put a fox print in the concrete. I have no idea how you do that. You probably had to do some kind of mesh mask or something, but I'm not even sure how you do that. Would be funny though. Not gonna lie, that'd be pretty cool. Okay, so add a component, and then the other thing we need to do is make this thing collidable. So let's go ahead and add a collider, and we'll add a box collider. Here we go. So add one of those. And essentially, all we want to do with the box collider is just make it so that it kind of takes up the space of the block so that it's collidable. You know what I mean? That's what we're gonna do. So kind of make this like this, and then raise it up a little bit higher, just so that the player can't go inside it. Actually, we probably want to do 2 box colliders with this. So there's the first one, and then we probably want to have a bit of a wider one just for the top, and that'll make it so that you can collide with it. Actually, what we should do is make this. Actually, let's have 3 box colliders. So we'll have this one for like the main bit, because box colliders are a lot more efficient. So I tend to prefer using these over other things. Let's draw it in a little bit so that bullets don't collide with thin air, because otherwise that would suck. So yeah, bullets will not collide with thin air as long as we kind of keep it relatively tight to the block. So yeah, I think 3 box colliders will actually be just fine here. So yeah, we'll do that, because that's the one thing, like, because that's the one thing I hate, is like I'm shooting something and I'm like, oh, I can get an angle on this, and then I end up like shooting around it, and then it ends up still hitting the thing. So let's make it so that people don't rage quit with guns. So yeah, we'll take in our box collider a little bit here, so we just have to take it in a little bit more that side, because yeah, you could add more box colliders, and it's a lot more efficient than adding mesh colliders in most cases. So there we go, that seems to be, I'd say that's pretty much tight enough in here. So like that. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and close this one down. We're going to copy this, and then we're going to paste the component again. So paste it as a new one. And then what we can do, we can go ahead and edit the boxes here. We're going to move this up to here, and then we're going to make this kind of have a collider on the top section here, so we can, if we're standing up, we'll collide with this, but if we're ducking, we might be able to get underneath it. So we're just going to kind of adjust the collider here, so it's kind of got to be relatively tight, but doesn't have to be like extreme. Just thinking of like gunplay, you just want to make sure that bullets kind of don't really collide with thin air. So like if I look like this kind of thing, there's a little bit of thin air there. So what I might do is just kind of shift this up a little bit like that, and then have it just around that top lip. There we go, and then it should register that we are colliding with it correctly. As long as we don't like walk through the block, that's kind of all that really matters. So yeah, that's pretty much all that really matters. As long as we don't walk through it, that's pretty good. After base level concrete blocks, alter base level to have a chance of random added texture on them, so it looks like people have written in the cement before it dried. That'd be pretty cool. I'd probably need to have a go with the texture atlas for that, and add a couple of probably add some C# code to make some randomizers. Okay, let's see here. Let's move this over a bit. So yeah, that's still a little bit loose, and that's not quite far enough out. There you go. Move this over this way a bit. There you go, much tighter. And then we just need to add 1 more box collider at the bottom, because as you can see, the tilt truck bottom has 0 colliders right here. So yeah, things will be able to crawl under it, which would not be good. So let's go ahead again and paste the component. So close these down here, don't need the lot open, and then paste component again as new, and then let's adjust this one and grab this, move it down to the very ground. So move it down to the ground, and then we will take the top area, kind of move this roughly down. It doesn't have to be super exact, as long as it's kind of relatively tight to the block, then we should be fine. So pull this one in like here. Yeah, pretty much as long as something can't crawl under it, it's all good. That's pretty tight to the wheels either side. Okay, so yeah, the only issue is you'll kind of have a bit of a gun firing issue if you try and do that. So maybe we'll kind of pull this in just a little bit on that side, and then pull it in a little bit there. That should be fine. So yeah, you won't be able to shoot through that bit, but that's okay. Well, actually, we know what we can kind of do. We do it like that. Then you can shoot through the base there. Actually, there's probably any reason to add colliders on the wheel, isn't there? So that's probably even better to do that. And then we can add like a collider on each of the rocks, and then we should be good. The end is near, says Hal. And Ruby says, I'm home now. Welcome home, Ruby. So yeah, we can kind of do that. Okay, yeah, here's what we can do. So we'll do this, and then again we'll paste it as new. Paste component as new. And then we'll add, then again we'll take this down. And then we'll move this down to here, but then take this side in. So you can kind of do, no, dang it. I don't want to. Sometimes it unselects it without you meaning to, which is really annoying. So there you go. So then we can grab this side. Now move it into like here, and then grab this side and just move it in a little bit. There you go. So we set a few box colliders. Like I said, a little bit more efficient than the mesh colliders because it kind of keeps things a little bit better. Then there's less things to kind of worry about when it comes to colliders. But there we go. I think that'll do for the collider. So that is ready to go. So this prefab is done, and we can actually start putting it in game. The end is near, and the only ones ready are those of us who play 7 days. Exactly, Ruby. We're apocalypse proof. We are. We know exactly what to do. You know, we just go out. We find our nearest Shamway foods. We loot the hell out of it. Find a POI made of concrete and brick, and like hole up on the top floor. Smash out the stairs. Put spikes down. Don't walk into them, and just hope we're good enough at parkour to jump like 1 meter, and then we should be fine. It's great. It's great. We know what we're doing, don't we, Ruby? It's all good. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this into mod ready. So crafting, I need to add, concrete processing here. So workstations. Okay, so we need to add this down here. So let's go ahead and add primitive cement mixer to there. And now, as you can see, it will save it as a prefab, which is awesome. So the next thing I need to do is get an icon of it as well. So let me go ahead and remove the cube. And our secondary light source, so cube we can take out here. Secondary light source we can remove as well, just kind of hide it for now. Okay, and then we want to take a screenshot of it from like this side here, and then that should be pretty good. Because that's how it will look more so in game, and that's kind of how we want it to look when we're doing stuff. Oh, hold on, is this thing not quite right here? Yes, look, you can kind of see it sticking down there. So very, very slight adjustment here. I'm guessing you can see it on that side now as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and make that slightly wider. Like, not even that, like that. Still slightly too much, so a little bit this way. How's that? Just double check here. I think that'll be alright. Yeah, I think that's better. Just make sure I can't see it on the edge here. It should be fine. Yeah, there we go. So you can't see it on the edge. Okay, yeah, now let's, okay, so we have to remove this and redo it again. So delete it and then re-export it as the same thing. There we go, done. Cool. Remy says, exactly. And Hell says, yes, only us and Minecraft players know the first step is to punch a tree. Exactly. Exactly. See, we're good. We're definitely apocalypse proof. We got this. We got this. Okay, so let's go into play mode here. And then we're going to grab a screenshot of this so we can make an icon. So I did add a basic camera controller here so I can kind of move the camera around a little. Although it's still bloody difficult because the camera doesn't have a spacebar feature on it right now. It kind of just has a it goes kind of crazy. Yeah, the basic camera controller is not great. So yeah, kind of does make it difficult to adjust, but it's easier doing it this way than trying to adjust it other ways. So let's kind of do it like this, I suppose. That'll do. That'll be a pretty good screenshot, I think. So let's kind of zoom in a bit like that. Kind of think I want to come over this way slightly. There we go. Right, take a screenshot of that. So go print screen. Done. Right, so let's go into... right, so let's kind of take that out of play mode. Let's go to paint, and let's go ahead and make ourselves the screenshot that we need. So let's do that. So into paint.net. Hell yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and paste this in. Then we will expand the canvas here to get the whole screenshot. Then we can grab this and just cut out the bit that we need. So let's go ahead and grab that. And then we can go image, crop to selection. Yeah. And then we can go ahead and take out the background. So let's just select this bit. And we want to turn this down to 0%. Oh, okay, it's got some color banding in it. So let's set it up a little bit higher. There you go. Doesn't have that much color banding in it. And then literally all we need to do is just pop this background out of the way. Like that. There we go. Pop that out of the way. Then copy this image here. Then we're going to create a new image. So new image, we want it 160 by 160, which is the custom icon size. And then paste this image here and just adjust it to be the correct size. And that's it. So paste this in here. Then I guess make this a little smaller. Like that. And then just, I guess, neaten it up by centering it like there. There we go, put it right there. And there we go. Awesome. So that is now ready to go. Perfect. Ruby says, Max, did you stream Skyrim already? I need to do episode 18. It said scheduled for today. Yes, I've already streamed Skyrim, Ruby, so it's ready to go. There's a lot of me losing fights with Ancano though, so you probably want to cut most of that out because I literally just kept spawning, dying, spawning, dying, spawning, dying. It was a bloodbath. But yeah, we actually did the whole of the clockwork mod in this one, so there's a couple of good episodes you'll definitely get out of that. Especially me being like scared shitless by a ghost that kept following me. It was horrible. I was literally like, oh god, oh god, oh god. I was like, help me, help me, help me. It was so good. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this as. So save this as a new image. So Control Shift S. Oh, hang on, I'm gonna do it like this. Control Shift S. Here we go. And then we're gonna move this into. So not into this one. Let's go into FennecModlet, concrete processing. Here we go. So resources, not this one. So we're going to put in UI atlases, item icon atlas here, and then this is going to be a primitive cement mixer, FM. There we go. Okay, excellent. Oh, I see. I had to refresh. No, it's all good. It's all good. No worries, Ruby. Okay, so there is our icon. Kind of think it needs to be a bit brighter and more contrasty though. Let's have a look here. So let's go to brightness and contrast. Let's make because currently it's really dark right there. See. So I think what we need to do is brighten it up a little bit like that. Then increase the contrast slightly. Just so you can see like see the details there, because right there that's much better. You can see the details more clearly here, and then we can just go ahead and do resaturate it back to its normal level. So like here, so it's like there. So let's kind of put it like here. There you go. So then it's a little bit brighter, easier to see in game. There we go. So save that down. There we go. So now that's done, we can now go ahead and add that workstation into the game. So let's go ahead and do that now. So, well, before we do that, I had to make sure that my asset bundle is exported. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and grab both of these. We're going to say export asset bundle from selection, track all of its dependencies, and then in our concrete mod, we're going to go into concrete processing, into resources. We're just going to call this, keep it as workstations.unity3d. And replace the asset bundle. There you go, that export. So that's going to go ahead and probably take a little bit of time. There we go, so it's going to go ahead and importing all the small assets, and then send it all out, and it should be good. So let it do its thing. Okay, Mesh data optimization, resolving everything. There we go. So it's just optimizing everything here to export, and then we should be good. So there's all our rocks. There's legacy shaders doing everything, and there we go. So yeah, lots of shader data to compile with this one. So building and compressing data, and once it's done that, then that will be available for us in our XML, and we can go ahead and add that into the game, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and see that done. So we just got to let it build and compress data. This bit can take a little while. It just kind of depends on your CPU speed. Mine takes quite a while to do it because having a 3-core system now down to a 2-core system. It's like, oh boy. So yeah, this sometimes just takes a little while. Once it's all good, then it's going to be fine. So we just wait here and let it, let's go. It says, it looks like I need to reboot. No, don't reboot, Ruby, don't do it. Okay, I actually do it if it will benefit your system. Yeah, sometimes it happens to me as well. Like things will just go completely crazy, and I'm just like, I need to restart. And I'm just like, damn it. But yeah, it happens. Okay, looks like this is taking a really long time to export this asset though. And I don't know why. Usually it doesn't take this long. But I guess we just wait and see what happens. It's okay. I wait. I see what happens. It's all good. Well, while it is exporting, we can actually add the workstation in. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's see here. Oh no, there we go. It finally finished. So there's me just like, yeah, let's go add the workstation. I'm bored, and the computer's like, oh no, it's fine. I'm done. Look at me now. I'm done. It's like, fine, bitch. Oh god. Okay. Karma. Just got struck by karma. Call my computer a bitch, and then I get then I cough. Dinner's here, says Hell. Be back later. No worries, Hell. Thank you very much for coming along, dude. And hopefully we'll see you soon. So bye for now. Okay. So entities, right? We can close. Okay, I don't need to export anything else now. So just close this, and close this. And let me just open my mods folder from DMT again. Make it a little bit easier. So open this. And let's go into config processing and go into config and blocks. Okay, so cement mixer requires power. Okay, so it's power bank and primitive cement mixers. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So what I'm going to do is come down here and let me grab this. So we can do this and let me find an already existing transformer type block, which I know there is one in cloth processing. We've got the loom in here that has pretty much all the details I want. So let's go and grab the loom, copy that, and we'll just do that. So grab this thing, save that down, and then we'll paste this right here, and we'll just rename things. So this is going to be primitive cement mixer FM. That's going to extend. So that one is going to extend. This is a wood master because it's not really a wood block. It's probably a polymer master. Ruby says it's not downloading. Said it would take 2 days. Oh my god, that's crazy. Really? 2 days? I'll check your internet speed. Is it? Oh, I tell you why. Maybe it's because you're playing YouTube video back as well. That will slow down your download. So maybe once you come off stream, it will speed up. But I'm not too sure. Okay, so it doesn't want to extend Woodmaster. What does the this 301? That's fine. Actually, let's loop this to 302 because we need to add more ingredients here. Shape model entity. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is decide what this is going to change into. So we can change this to. Let me look in the vanilla blocks. We'll have a look from there. So go into game folder, go into data, and config, and blocks XML. Sorry if it's under the chat, but there we go. Blocks XML. Okay, so open this up and let's see. let's see. So extends value deco entity polymer master. That's what I meant to extend. So yeah, grab these, and that's what it can extend from in this one. So instead of woodmaster, it will extend this one. Which is a bit better. Right, so now it's going to be the correct thing. So essentially all we need to do now is we need to now select the correct block here. And Ruby says, I'm watching on my phone. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it would still, well, if you're using your phone data, then yeah, it shouldn't interrupt your internet one. Okay, so what we'll do now is we need to change the name of this. So currently, as you can see, it's set to Loom. But of course, our thing in Unity was not called Loom. Our thing under workstations was called Primitive Cement Mixer. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and copy this whole thing here. And then we'll go ahead and paste that right here. So as a Primitive Cement Mixer. And now what we can do is we're going to say, so cement can be made here. Okay. There we go. So the cement will be made in this workstation pretty much, and it'll be an overtime process for what we can do. So what we can do is we can say, now the cool thing is, now we want to make this primitive cement mixer. So the cool thing is I added some more transformation properties now, so you can actually make them show recipes and hide certain outputs as well, which is pretty cool. But what we want to do is we want to say, okay, let's say it takes like 8 seconds. I think that's a good one for a basic, good for a basic cement station. It takes 8 seconds. And then the input is going to be, so you can have as many inputs and outputs as you like. So we're going to have, say, resource cement old. So this is going to be how to turn the old cement into working cement. Resource cement old. Yeah, resource cement old. So we'll say it can take the old cement and it will take 20 of those. And then for the second ingredient, it can take a jar of water. So property name. And then transformation 1. Input 2. And then the value for this one is going to be drink jar boiled water, and that's going to take, and we just need one of those. And then what it's going to do, the output it's going to return is just resource cement. So let's do that. Resource cement, and that's going to return 20 of them. Now the cool thing is you can actually make it display, you can actually make these auto recipes return more than one item to you, which is really cool. So then I can do property name equals transformation 1 output 2, and then the value for that is going to be drink jar empty. So essentially it will take in a jar of water and it will give you the jar back after consuming the water, which is really cool. And this is like an auto recipe, so it can pretty much take in these 2 items and give you these 2 items, which is cool. I think we're also going to do, let's change that to input 3, and then we're going to say property name transformation 1 input 2. Value is going to be, so the name of the item is going to be resource potassium nitrate powder, and then that's going to take one of those, and that is it. There you go. So then it will show us these. So essentially this will take these 3 items here and output these 2 items, which is cool. Ruby says, well, I may not get the next one up today. That's fine, Ruby. There's no rush. If you can't get it up, that's all good. I know, like, I was slightly later on the uptake for the Skyrim one anyway, so it's all good. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I don't need this one. Get rid of that one. Blocks. Okay, let me see. Recipes. Okay, I don't need this one open anymore. That can be closed. Right, let's go and remove the too many tab syndrome. Okay, let's see here. So as tanning rack, we don't need this one now. Dependency. Okay, we don't need that one. the dependency file. So cement mixer schematic. Okay, that's yeah, resource cement there. Okay, let's see here. So then under here we've got printed cement mixer. So now what we can do is we can remove. We don't need these recipes here. We can now remove this recipe because we've now have the primitive cement mixer that is being done. Jeebus the Viking King, how you doing, dude? Welcome to the stream. He says, good morning. How you doing? Oh, it's very, very early morning for me. It's 24 past midnight. So yeah, just in the good old witching hour right here. So yeah, I know I did kind of 50-20 and stuff here, but we can take this out. So this recipe now is no longer needed because now we have an auto recipe that's going to do the same thing for us, right? Yeah, potassium nitrate powder is the name. So this can actually be removed now because now we have an automatic recipe. So yeah, we don't need to define it in recipes XML. Now what I want to do as well is for this automatic recipe, the way that this will actually show you the recipes is it will say for each of the output it will show you a separate recipe. So essentially what it's going to tell me is to get cement I need this, this, and this, right? But it's also going to say, to get an empty jar, I need this, this, and this. So what I want to do as well is I want to make sure that it hides that output. And there's a way to do that. I just go property name is transformation 1, hide output. And then set that to true. Or just set that to 2. There we go. And then essentially it'll say, okay, take output 2 and hide it. So then this recipe, an empty jar for these 3 things won't show up. Because what I did have initially was it would show, oh, this and this with all this, but when it was in the menu item, the writing came up really tiny. So yeah, it was a little bit cool. And so Jiva says, not bad, a bit cold, but good. It's 9:25 a.m. here. Oh, okay, yeah. So hang on. So are you you must be around Australia, New Zealand as well, then, right? Because I was going to say, because that would be what time it would be for Melza and Dave right now. So I'm not sure if you're in like the same area, like because they're in Brisbane. So I'm not sure if you're around that kind of area as well. Does Australia just have like one time zone, or are there several? I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure on that one because I know Melza and Dave are 9 hours ahead of me. So kind of makes me think you're in the same sort of area. All right. So there is the primitive cement mixer. Now the other one we want to do is we want to make it do a Sydney. Ah, nice. Okay, so yeah, same time zone for Sydney and Brisbane. Okay, nice. So we've got that one. Now the next thing I need to do is add localization to this thing, and we need to add a recipe to craft it to. So save this, and let's open up the localization file and make our changes. So that's cloth processing. I don't want it in there. We want concrete processing. So come out of here, go back into concrete processing here, config localization. Yeah. And then we're going to add this under here. So we got this one, print cement mixer. So this is blocks, workstation. Oh, excuse me, guys. And then we're just going to put this. Perth is 3 hours behind us. Ah, okay. So you do have also a few different time zones, because yeah, Australia looks really small on like the world map, but I know it's a lot bigger than it looks. I'm gonna sneeze again, damn it, or maybe not. I don't know. Hang on. Oh, so like it's one of those sneezes that like it's gonna sneeze and it goes away, just like fuck. I hate it when it happens. So this is gonna be a primitive cement mixer. Okay. Or yeah, primitive cement mixer. And then the description is blocks, workstation. The primitive cement mixer can make cement automatically, but it is from old cement mix, but it is very slow. There we go. And Diva says, I can't wait to play this mod. Well, if you're on the Fady server, you could ask her if you wanted to play it as well, because she does it a couple of times a week. I'm still resolving a lot of bugs that people have found, so there's quite a lot I'm working on now. But yeah, this is just hopefully one of those things that's gonna definitely help. So we'll see how it works. So yeah, printed cement mixer. The printed cement mixer can make cement automatically from old cement mix, but it is very slow. I'll say you can also make concrete mix. You can also make concrete mix. At a slow rate. Okay, hang on. Let's change the can make. Okay, can make concrete mix and cement mix from. Okay, hang on. Can make cement. Okay, here we go. Cement and concrete mix. But it is very slow. You can also refine old cement here to make it usable again. There we go. So that's pretty good. So that's fine. So then the other thing I wanted to do was, now what I was thinking is also to make the concrete mixer automatic as well, because that'd be pretty cool. So to change it from actual workstation into, that's the other thing I wanted to do as well, is have like a place where you would make the concrete blocks, because currently like you literally wouldn't put concrete in a mixer and then like cube shapes will come out, you know what I mean? If you're going to make like a block of, you know, at least placeable wettish concrete, you'd have to do it in like a mold. So they've got rebar in the game, but what I was thinking is we could have like a kind of like a concrete mold that you would literally just pretty much, again, put concrete mix into it. It would auto produce concrete blocks for you. Would be quite cool. Or the other thing I could do is just make it so that concrete either has to be done from rebar or upgraded from bricks, which is probably what I would do in this case, because it seems like it makes more sense that you would just upgrade bricks or cobblestone into concrete instead, rather than like just place down a thing of wet concrete. Do you know what I mean? Because it kind of makes more sense. It's a little bit strange. I says, I can't wait. It looks amazing. My mates and I will have a blast playing it. Well, I'm sure it'll be cool. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. But yeah, that's what I was thinking, because the harder constructions modelet removes the wet concrete completely. So you have to upgrade from bricks to wet concrete first. But I've also got to make sure that there is a way to make concrete blocks if possible. So just trying to think how that would go. So what I could do is I can make it so that if you put, I'm just trying to think, because if I take the cement mixer and make it not automatic, or if I make it like an auto one, I've got to be careful, because if the output of one recipe is the same as the input of another one, and that recipe is the only input, then it can kind of become a little bit funny. So what I could do is I can make like a tool that you'd have to put in there to make it craft the concrete blocks, and then only make that tool available if the harder construction mod is not installed, which could work. But yeah, that's something I have to consider as well. But yeah, let's have a look at the other thing, which is going to be like how to do the cement mix and concrete mix. So let's go ahead and add some more recipes here. So first one, we have this. We have proto cement mix, which is here. So that's how you make the first one. The second one I want to do is to make cement made here from old cement. So that's the first one. Cement can also be made fresh. I need to add a new item into here as well. So the other item I'm going to add is going to be, here we go. So what we can do is we can grab okay, let's go into Google Images, because I need to add one new item into here as well. which is going to drop from mainly gravel, but you'll also be able to grind it down in a cement mixer or a grinder later as well. So go to Chrome and log in as me. So images. Let's find a let's say rock gravel PNG. Here we go. Let's see if we can find something like this. There you go. Okay, so we want something like this. So let's go and have a look at the images here. Let's try and find a good image here. Man, my internet is being so bloody slow today. What is wrong with this thing? I don't know. Hopefully my stream is not dying over there, but we will see. Wow, things are loading really slow today. Let's see. Okay, let's do crushed rock PNG. Let's try some of this. Let's see if that works. Man, this is taking ages. Here we go. Crushed rock PNG. Okay, so we can take this one. Wait, is that the icon that Heidi uses? I think that's the icon he uses. I don't want to use the same one. Let's try and find a different one. Because I did ask Heidi if I could use like a similar idea to his in Die FennecMod with a slightly different twist, and he said yeah, it was fine. So he hadn't patented the idea or anything, so I was like, okay. So I just wanted to make sure he was happy with it. But man, these images are taking so long to load. Okay, how about this one? That looks like really synthesized though. That doesn't look natural. Okay, I tell you what. Let's go. Let's try rock dust, which is pretty much sand, but still. Rock dust. Here we go. Something like this will be fine. That one is a good one. That one. I want that one. Yeah, no. If I click that one, is that going to be transparent or not? No. That one? No. Okay, that was the best one. So let's go on the site here and download this. Alright, so rock dust. Here we go. So, oh, that's not the image I selected, is it? Rock soil. Maybe some better ones here I can look at. Let me see. A worm. Okay. Actually, I kind of like. Oh well, if only there wasn't like a pair of friggin' hands sticking out of that one. That would be better. Okay, let me take powder soil, black soil, mud. Close of coffee powder. Interesting. Let's grab this one. I think this would be better. We can then color it grey and then kind of make it use our imagination to make it what we like. So yeah, because if we kind of color it grey, it will color it like rocks here. So let's go download PNG, and here we go. So download. Your download will start shortly. Please wait. Okay, I'm waiting. There it is. Right, so here we go. Open this up, and let's see here. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go adjustments, hue saturation, turn down the saturation pretty much, and I'll make it grey. Okay, hang on. Yeah, hue saturation, turn it off. There we go. So I'll make it grey, and then adjustments, brightness and contrast, and then up the brightness and the contrast to kind of make it more rocky looking. That'll do. Kind of like there, and then lower the brightness slightly. There we go. Okay, got this from here, and then we'll paste this into here. There we go. There you go. You say you sign the contract, Kyle, says VRS. How you doing, VRS? Welcome to the stream, dude. Thank you very much for popping in. We are making some stuff to do with concrete mixing, and we're making a primitive concrete mixing station. And a couple of other cool things. So let's see here. So we'll move this in, make this a little bit smaller. Like this, and then I'll move it down. Maybe kind of make it tall like that. There you go. And when it's kind of zoomed out like that, it looks pretty decent when it's zoomed out. Okay, so add this one, and then we're going to call this resource. Okay, we'll call this resource crushed stones, which is pretty much gravel, but there you go. Call it. You talking imagination land? Pretty much. Yep. Use your imagination. It's all good. Okay, so resource crushed stones, right there. Okay, so now we need to add that into here as well. So if we go into XML again, and we want to find the items XML that we can add this into, so we can add some recipes. So go into here, that's the main 7 days folder. I don't want that one, I want my modded one. Go to items. Okay, so we've got resource cement. Okay, so let's look at in the main vanilla blocks XML. Okay, say that there real quick. So in the main vanilla blocks file, actually no, we need the main vanilla item file actually, so ignore me. Let's go ahead and get the correct one we need first. It's over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So let's look at items. And let's go resource rock small. Okay, so let's go ahead and do, okay, hang on. Item name equals resource rock small. There we go. Copy. Okay, so pretty much copy all the stuff here. And then we're going to make a new item that kind of goes from here. Vera says, then you know what I meant. Indeed. Alrighty, so come in here, and then back into our other items file. Okay, let me move the vanilla ones like over to the left here, so we kind of have these. So vanilla's over here, then modded stuff is to the right of that. Makes more sense here. So then we can say adds ultimate mix, mix, and then adds fresh stones that can be harvested from gravel or made. Okay, so there we go. So that's going to be here. So just kind of as a note, then we're going to do this one. Right, we can remove this slot here. Don't need any of that stuff. And let's see. So come over here. I'm going to say resource crushed stones FM. There you go. So grab those. And let me see what's going on here. So that's what I called it, was it not? Resource crushed stone. Okay, without the S. So resource crushed stone. Okay, that's fine. As long as I know what we call it, so it matches the title. So resource crushed stone FM. Right, so we don't need this property here. We don't need the item type icon either. Okay, so resource rock. Okay. Oh wait, hang on. This is material stack number 5. So little trailer. Hang on a second. I didn't copy the correct rock small here, did I? I'm guessing that picked out the bundle. Resource rock small bundle. Yep. Okay, that's not the one I wanted. So I wanted just resource rock small. Yeah, there you go. Okay, here we go. Now let's go and get all these effects and then just use what we need. There we go. That's better. That's better. So copy the correct one this time. That would probably be handy, wouldn't it? There we go. Yeah, because it's nice when I actually do it correctly. So there you go. So put this here. So kind of tab all this in so it looks decent. And there we go. Right. So hold type is 40. Mesh file is this. Rocksmall prefab, doesn't matter. Drop scale, whatever. Material is resource rock small. 6,000. Repair amount is 300. So get rid of these random comments. We don't need them. Weight is 5. So the weight for the dust is going to be 2. So we can't get too many. Melt time per unit, it melts a bit faster. So if we use it for stone melting, it will be faster. Economic value and bundle size, probably the same. Remove action 0, because we don't need to throw this one. Distraction tags, requires contact. Okay, so remove that one. Decoy, we don't need this one. So yeah, we don't need like the effect groups or decoy or any of that stuff. Hey Daniel, welcome to the stream, dude. He says, hey Max, I got Domino's pizza and wings on the way. Nom nom, making you hungry yet? Nope, because I already ate, so I'm good. I came prepared. Hell tried earlier. Okay. So let's go ahead and tab these across so it kind of looks easy and readable. Because yeah, I like my XMLs looking readable. Makes it a lot easier for other people. So if anyone's tinkering with my code, then there we go. So economic bundle size, there we go, crafting ingredient item. Okay. You know what, we'll tab these out one more. Because then that kind of makes it all on one line. Okay. There we go. Did that completely wrong. There you go. That's better. Now it's all on one line. Look at me. Excellent. So, see, good things happen to Fady Face. You actually remember to eat, says Daniel. Well, that's the thing. I didn't forget to eat at Scissors, but it's just that I didn't have food as often. But yeah, let's see. Resource crushed stones. Okay, let's go ahead and localize this. So, come into localization now. Much easier to do localization on the way rather than do it all at the end, because yeah, otherwise that'll suck. Okay, so resource crushed stone, items, resource, and then that's going to be crushed stone. There we go. And the description, items, resource, and then crushed stone is used in the making of cement mix. There we go. Sounds good. Okay, perfect. Right, so now we've got that done. Let's go ahead and make this droppable by certain blocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, we can say that gravel, for example, instead of dropping stone, it will now drop crushed stone rather than regular stone. So let's go ahead and do that. So in our blocks XML now, I believe. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to cement roaster requires power to run. That power's now drop old cement. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say that gravel blocks now, or gravel terrain now drops crushed stone instead of regular stone. This makes more sense that you get like a load of crushed stone instead. I got smoke on the water done for base, at least dropping a link. Nice, dude. Okay, so let's see. I need to find the name of that in blocks, which I think is just going to be terrain gravel. So terra gravel. I think that's what it is. Yeah, so we want to say, looking at the drop event here, so you can see it drops a mix of stone and crushed sand. So what we're probably going to do is we're just going to make it drop the, instead of rock small, we're just going to make it drop this one. Let's count 9 tags and 26 probability of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and just grab resource rock small, and there, change it over. So grab this, and then we're going to say under blocks XML over here, we're going to say set attribute, and then XPath is going to be find the block whose name. Actually, we can remove this block whose name equals this. So block whose name is terra gravel, and then drop whose name equals resource rock small. And then what we're going to do from there is we're pretty much going to say the name of the attribute we want to change is the name, and then the value of that attribute is going to be resource crushed stone. FM. There you go. So yeah, now instead of dropping rocks, it will drop crushed stone instead. I've not played this song fully on bass in 20 years. I did it from memory. Nice, dude. Okay, so yeah, gravel terrain now drops crushed stone instead of regular stone, which makes a bit more sense. So then what we're going to do is we're going to add the cement from the crushed stone over here. So we're going to say, so here we go. So adding a second transformation. Property name equals transformation 2 underscore show recipe. And value true, because I do want this recipe to be visible. And then we're going to say property name equals transformation 2. And then we're going to say craft area. And the value for that, of course, is going to be primitive cement mixer. There we go. And then next one, property name. And transformation 2, and then we'll just do time. Value is going to be, so let's see, how long should it take? Let's say to make new cement, it will take slightly less. We'll say 5 seconds to make one thing of new cement, which should be pretty cool. Okay, oh, I wouldn't do that. And close it. Okay, so then property name is transformation 2, input 1. So our first input is going to be resource, and then we can do resource crushed stone FM. And let's say we'll take in. Actually, no. Thinking about this generates 20 times. So let's make this longer. So I'd say 8 for 1, but let's say for 20 cement it takes 30 seconds. So then for the same amount of cement here, let's say it takes 18 seconds. So kind of do it from there. So this resource crushed stone, and then we want to say, let's say it takes 20 crushed stones. So we can say property name is transformation 2, input 2, value equals resource potassium nitrate powder. How much do I have for that one? Just 1, I think. Yeah, 1. And then property name equals transformation 2, input 3. Value is going to be drink jar river water, or drink jar boiled water. And we need one of those. Okay, then the output is going to be the cement and the empty jar. So let's go do that one. So property name is transformation 2, output 1, and then value will be drink jar empty. Wait, no, let's do cement mix first. Resource cement mix. And or it's just resource cement in this case, and that will give you. Let's say that gives you. Yeah, we'll keep that giving you 20. So 20 for 20, and then property name and transformation 2, and then output 2, and it gives you the empty jar back. Value is drink jar empty 1. There you go. So yeah, as long as you can do that, you can get some empty jars. And Melzer is here. It says, morning. How you doing, Melzer? Welcome to the stream. David says, Max, maybe we make the mineral water a recipe for the cola we were talking about. Flung dung cola. Your drink to go poo in the apocalypse. Yeah, that'd be something. So yeah, we could go ahead and do that for the because mineral water is not too hard to get later on. So one of those things, because yeah, this issue water, coal, goldenrod, and chrysanthemum, isn't it? And then that's pretty easy to make. So let's see. So that's got inputs, outputs. So I think what we'll do is actually we'll reverse this. We'll say using old cement is quicker. because you're kind of, or you've already got the cement there, and then that will take, and using other cement is slower because that means you get rewarded for going out looting more. So that makes sense. And then what we want to do is we want to hide the empty jar from this recipe, so when it displays the recipe, it doesn't show a separate recipe for the empty jar being crafted with like cement mix and stuff like that, because that'd just be silly. So let's just go here, and we're going to say property name equals transformation 2 hide output, and then the value is going to be, we want to hide output 2. There we go, so hide output 2, and there we go, perfect. There's a grr typonies. Arr, the typonies happens, it's okay. Okay, so that's how we can make the other cement mix from here. Well, actually, what we could do, we could say that as well as that, we require a few small stones as well. Or maybe it should be crushed stone and sand. Well, the concrete mix we want from the cement mix, don't we? So yeah, we can go ahead and do that as well. So then what we can do is we can do this next one. We can say concrete mix can be crafted. Yeah, but very slowly. Here we go. And then we can just say property name equals transformation 3. Show recipe. And we definitely want that to be true. And then property name is going to be transformation 3 craft area. That's going to be value primitive cement mixer again. There we go. And then we need to do time. Transformation 3 underscore time. Value, let's just say like 20. Why not? That's good. Data says, I'm waiting for order. And Hell says, food consumes, nap time for lols. Alright, Hell, well, if you're going for a sleep, then thanks for coming along. Hi, Hells, like the name change, says Daniel. 2020, right, here we go. So then property name is transformation 3. Input 1. And then value is, of course, resource cement. And let's say 10 cement there. And then property name is transformation 3 input 2. Value is going to be resource crushed stone FM. Oh, hang on. What the hell was I typing there? Resource crushed stone FM. And let's say 10. There we go. And then here we go. So third one. Property name equals transformation 3 input 3. And then value resource crushed sand FM. Well, actually no crushed sand here. 10, 10, and 10. So yeah, this plus stone plus sand will give you the concrete. There you go. So that's pretty much it. And property name equals transformation 3 output 1 value equals resource concrete mix, and you get, let's say you get 20. There you go. So yeah, 10. So you can pretty much do 10 cement, stone, and sand will give you 20 concrete mix, which seems fair. I mean, it can do it in bulk, which is pretty cool. Then it says load shotgun for those not leaving a like. Come on, who do I have to shoot? Looks a Nightbot with a grin. Well, of course, yeah. Daniel has to shoot Nightbot. That's just the thing, isn't it? Okay. So that seems to work. Okay. So we can go ahead and do that now. So now we've got that done, so that can be made from here, so cement can now be made from both of those, and we have this done. So there we go, that's pretty much now ready to go. Now the other thing we want to do is on the cement mixer. So essentially the basic one can't make the blocks, but the regular cement mixer will be able to make the blocks, which I think will be better. We also probably want to remove cement from the forge as well, and then have cement be made on here only, because it kind of makes more sense that we kind of do it there. I don't know if you have to like actually melt stone to cement on a forge to make it, but I think we'll do it this way. Seems a bit better. 8 watching, 11 likes, says Daniel. Thank you very much, guys. Very much appreciated. Okay, so concrete mix can be crafted here. Like, do you have to apply heat to make cement? I have no idea. I actually don't know, but could always make something that does do that as well. For some cement mix. But there we go. So we can say, yeah, cement can be made from old cement. It can be made fresh for a slower pace. And then concrete mix can be crafted here, but very slowly. So let's say, well, actually, let's say it's going to take 60 seconds, because I kind of want people to move to the actual cement mixer workstation at some point. So let's make this a bit slower. Okay, that looks good. I think that's pretty much everything we kind of want here, honestly. So let's go and move these across. Well, kind of line all this up. Yeah, that's pretty much everything we want to do. So the power bank is already there for the actual cement mixer. But yeah, that's one thing I want to do is change the cement mixer to be an auto crafting station, just like the other one, because I think that way we can make it so that it can pretty much share these same recipes, but they'll be more efficient. So we can say, like, instead of like, we could just say then for the cement, for example, we can say, oh, okay, well, instead of that much, you get this much extra, kind of thing. And Dennis says, Carfefe, be right back. No worries, dude. So yeah, that would be fine. We can get this done. So the proto cement mixer is in. It is localized already. We have the icon for it. So the only thing we need to really do is add a recipe for it now, so that we can actually craft it game, right? Because that would be good. So let's go here and say recipe name equals primitive cement mixer FM. So tags. So we're going to say count. So shimmy over here. Count is going to be 1, of course. Craft area will be the workbench. Then craft time is going to be 60. Take a minute to craft it, not too long. Okay, so the ingredient name is resource rock small. Count equals, so we've got like 4 rocks under there plus 2 sandbags. So let's say it takes 6 rocks to get this going. And then ingredient name. And then the whole thing's pretty much made of plastic, so resource scrap polymers, which will be changed to plastic sheets in the full version. But for the basic one, if they have no other mods installed, then it would just be scrap polymers. Count equals 20. And then ingredient name, here we go, so there's the next one. Here's resource metal pipe. Count equals 5. And then we say ingredient name equals resource mechanical parts. Count equals 2. I'll do. And let's move the rocks to the bottom of there, because that's kind of like the lower section. And then we should probably do. Well, we're using wood in the recipe, so we should use 1 plank of wood. So let's do that one. So ingredient name equals resource wood. Count equals 1. There we go. And then we can go ahead and have that for the cement mixer there. So that'll be good. So yeah, in the full version, the thing here will be plastic sheets rather than anything else. But yeah, that'll add the recipe in. And there's a Nightbot, love you. Will Nightbot provide the love? And so I was doing Nightbot, shut up. You gotta do a dash, Daniel, for it. This is copy baby right back. Yeah, I gotta do a dash for it to work. Not sure why the love me one isn't working though. That should be. But yeah, that's that added pretty much. So that's pretty much everything done here. So we've got that in game now, which I'm very happy with. So yeah, I need to really think about how I'm going to deal with the. I really got to think about how I'm going to deal with the cement mixer doing something else as well, because that's something I really need to look into. And that also makes me think, do I do the brick kiln as part of this modlet, or do I keep it as part of the processing modlet? That's another thing I have to consider as well. Because if I do the brick kiln as part of this one, that might make things easier, because I can do like the separate bricks and stuff like that as part of this one, because that's kind of independent from the ores and processing, which might be better actually. Now I think about it, that might be a lot better to do that. So yeah, I actually have a couple of things I need to change over. Because yeah, I was gonna have like things like mud bricks and stuff like that to start you off. But then I also need the fire pit for that, so then it kind of has to stay in that mod. So this makes it a little bit interesting as to which one I go for. Do I start with... Do I use this modlet to handle all the brick processing as well, or do I use the other one? That's the catch right there. I mean, I could, like I said, there's always mod compat to kind of sort it out, so it's not really that bad, but still, something to consider. Yeah, so I have to think about that. Yeah, I have to think about that, because that's going to be pretty interesting. But there we go. Hell says, nap time was more of an expression of contentment and representation of my current energy level. Not that I was leaving. No worries, dude. There we go. There you go. So, there we go. Nightbot's neural networks have become accustomed to your sensory inputs. There you go, Melba. And Daniel says, Nightbot, love me, or no, Nightbot, shut up. And then I was like, don't tell me what to do, Daniel. I'm in control here. And Daniel says, let's take it. Yeah, there you go. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and end up the stream, because it's like 1 in the morning for me right now. And I know I usually stream a lot later, but I have had a long ass day today, so I'm going to be going to sleep. So I think we're going to go ahead and end off the stream right here, and I will come back with you guys tomorrow for a mystery stream. So hopefully, as long as everything's going okay, then we will do a mystery stream on the Saturday from 3 p.m. my time. So that's going to be fun. I'll see what I have in store for you guys, because not even I know at this point, so it's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and head off here, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll be back in the next one. So until then, guys, bye!